Welcome to Cranky Live, the show where bold minds meet real talk. This isn't your average sports or news show. It's where we break down sports, culture, and controversy with facts, fire, and fearless honesty. Here, truth cuts through the noise, and hype gets exposed. From football to track and field, from world issues to local debates, we ask the tough questions, speak without fear, and go deeper than the headlines. We don't follow the crowd, we set the trend. While others recycle the same tired takes, we bring fresh insight, unfiltered analysis, and bold perspectives. No echo chambers, no puppet talk, just real conversation for people who think for themselves. Listen with your brain, not just your ears. Think critically, question boldly, and speak freely. This is Cranky Live, where reason rules the mic and truth always wins. Come on, let's get into it. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Can you hear me out there in YouTube land? I'm not saying you can hear me first before I start talk. I have enough to say. Bless up chorus, Langsley Blake, best a documentary, Marvin. Farron, how's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing? Everyone doing. Me hear me name my call, so I have to come on for that quick show. My phone blew up this morning. People don't stop blow up my phone this morning, boy. And it's like Cranky, you see, I'm gonna call up your name, respond. I don't know what Mr. ID, Cause say if I go low, I go to the basement or below the basement. I go as low as possible. So today I probably one of them there. I'm gonna call up my name, so me divisive people. Me divisive. Huh? Seriously? Me who come here and talk. You see, when me talk to people, real talk, honest insight, authentic analysis, objective, impartial. We're not in the thing where we I try to create narrative for destroy people or narrative which now have no truth to it. One thing we do, people, we bring receipts. Bless us, Stefan. We bring receipts, people. We don't left the receipt them, Because you see, when you have receipts, that means you have empirical evidence to substantiate anything what you say. Receipts, people, receipts. Hey, at gym, me are going on. And me floating up, bull up this man. I'm not going to get a chance to go gym. I'm going to say, wait. What go on? So me get call out, people. So today, we address the call out. And if you want to know what I talk about, yesterday I call into KLAS. I talk about the football. People don't come in and hit the like button, man. Hey, them thing clickbait thing, So when you hit the like button, the clickbait thing. I really clickbait thing. And I really facts and stuff. I just clickbait with some receipts to it. Because we are showing no hypocrisy. We're showing impartiality. We're showing us that boy, you have to think about who I give you information, and where you get information from, and how you use the information, how you assess the information, how you make informed decision. We not just come talk, because we follow the thing. We not just come talk Reggae Boy football. But I'm sure that I get dry already, people. Let me drink some water. We not just come talk the thing, We do research before we talk the thing, Bless up Ricardo Baggio, Eco Reeks, the regulars. Thanks for being here. We don't just come talk the thing, people. When we come talk, we spend time I do the work. There's some people, I will not call them some people, because Maverick call me on some Maverick. May have my own platform in a Maverick. You have your platform with your base, my base, that's smaller base, but me have my platform too. So me always tell people, listen to people, man, you call me out, Because when you call me out, I call you out back. And I mean, I have your reaching up, but they don't reach enough people to create conversation. See what I say? So I'm tell you what I said the other day. I called up the station. Can't remember the host name because Zinedine never did that. I mean, communicate with Zinedine before, but not about that topic. Way in the past when I called into Sports Explosion once. I'm giving you some background. So I've called the Sports Explosion Maverick show before, a couple of times, right? Talk about different topics, easy conversation. And I called him to the show one day and was making a case about him talking about some things around diaspora and local, and making the case that the diaspora contributed a lot to Jamaica, including resources and all that. Which basically said, it should be a better conversation. And him give me the nonsense meter. And say, I'm not take this people. Bless up Christopher Carroll. I'm not take this people. You diss me, I have to diss you back. So I get a chance to diss him back, and I never call him show still. Right? I go to call into KLAS. It's an easier access also, because if you call into Maverick show, it's sometimes hard. Because when I used to call in, it was hard to get through. I mean, you get through, I get 5 minutes. And me like talk people, so I mean, 5 minute thing. And so I work on the call radio shows, Because me have opinions and point. Yeah, Orville Higgins, correct. Me have opinions, the dread. We have opinions and point on people. And, take 2 minutes to me to talk. Yeah, give me clickbait type time. And I understand in a radio environment, you have advertisers, you have sponsors, you have other callers. You have to be considerate of that. But people like me, it's kind of hard because me have enough to say about enough things. Please hit the like button, people. One of the likes them for match up to. Because I don't enjoy the show, yeah. But the mics them to match up to the number of people in the audience. So him diss me with it. And here's another thing about Maverick, and I'm sure. Maverick don't get the nonsense meter, which suggests that Maverick is always talking truth to power. Maverick is always saying the right thing. Maverick never have an argument which is not substantive, right? And it's not always the best argument. If you don't get the nonsense meter, that means you're always right. And I give example of the nonsense meter, what I'm supposed to get. I'm start talking about favorite. And last year, Liverpool are a favorite. Even though they might run with the league, they're a favorite for the entire season. And the favorite is a team that at the beginning of the season, like City, should be the favorite card. Them win and until them lose, and they're my favorite. But this year, I'm not the same thing. Liverpool are not a favorite no more, even though they win last year and then spend £400 million. So his hypocrisy is pervasive. I'm not going to things out of my own mouth, what we have done before, for showing the hypocrisy. So I called into the program in KLAS yesterday, and I said that I've given some facts about that I did in my previous show about Cephas, that he probably shouldn't be an automatic pick. Just give him club stats. Because when you're picking a national team, the only criterion basis you have, no, I shouldn't say the only, the main criterion basis you have in your selection process is how that person is performing currently, right? You may have other not as important factors that informs your view around, what? This person has never failed me before. They've always played well. They may have circumstances with their situation, with their club where they're not playing. Or, what? Give the person's pedigree, have to bring them in, have to leave them out. Right? That is some of the criteria. But the main criteria is, are you playing? And if you go to any country that's picking team, the first thing people are looking at is the form of the player. Because the players out of form are not playing well, and you have the pedigree, you can't bring them into your team. So I was mentioning the case about Cephas, that given his club form or lack thereof, then he can't be an automatic pick. And I also make the case that it's not only about his club form. Go look at which team he's productive against. Right? I basically says Dixon probably shouldn't be in the team, and Cephas is not an automatic pick. And part of the rationale is we have about 6 or 7 wingers. We have Bailey, we have Gray, we have Whisper, we have Dixon, we have Cephas, we have Campbell. I miss somebody else. And if Mason comes, Greenwood comes. And you only should pick 4. Because we seem to overload ourselves with forward and defenders and not enough midfielders. And I also mentioned, when we're talking about midfielders, that we should think about calling Tyrese Hall, because Hall is playing in League 2 and he's scoring goals, and Dixon playing the same league, and I'm not going on assists. So let me play what Maverick says if I can find it. And then we'll get into it. Me sure so people just born hypocrite, and hypocrisy permeates them 24/7. Yeah, well up. Now try if you find it and then play it. And make sure me lock this up. BTA. Hope I can connect this, people. I connected earlier and I take it off. All right, so me try to play Maverick now. We can't find it. Here it is.
We just said it damn empty, What does the rain fall?
And by the way, people, let me say this. Everyone who's in Jamaica currently, and given the hurricane is expected to hit landfall, please be careful. Please, I should have said at the outset of the program, actually. I'm so excited to talk about this and missed that at the outset and plan to talk about that. Please be careful. Please secure yourself. If you're in a flooded area, you have to move. So sometimes you don't want to leave them things and scared to get robbed, but your life is most important. So find someplace secure to be, people. Don't wait until the appointed time to make your move. All right? So we jump in on what Maverick is saying. And then we jump in on the argument.
We cannot be pleased Anyway, prayers up. People in the diaspora big up on themselves. As I mentioned, diaspora. So. You know me, I listen to I listen another show yesterday. I'm here, Cranky. Cranky. You stop calling sports explosion because you can't angle intensity of this show around us. So me here, Cranky, with a narrative around here. I talk about the Reggae Boyz. But I'm going to talk to another person in the diaspora too. I'm going to tell them the same thing. I'm going to hear it with Frankie yesterday. You know that there's a division that is being ignited. Yeah? In the Reggae Boyz context between foreign-born players and local-born players. And you know what drives that division the most of all? The Jamaican, them really live foreign. Yeah? And the Jamaican, them are foreign, them mostly don't like players like Cephas. I always a bad mouth players like Cephas and Dixon, you know. I'm here, Cranky with it yesterday. I'm decided to bring it up. Cranky call the show. Call the big people show and the people who know about football and can talk to you. You call a show yesterday where them can't help you. Call me. You Cranky I make the case yesterday. So people talking about Cephas is a show pick. He should not be. Blah, 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 blah. And Dixon, he would drop Dixon. And when you listen to the most of the vitriol, again, it's almost like if the man will live up for it. Them get brainwashed in this mentality. That as long as you come from out of Jamaica, you're necessarily and automatically better than we born and grow and live here. No, do that something there. And it's not me a drive that division there. It a come from up there. Come in contact with enough of the man them will live up there and the narrative that come on amongst them. And when we hear Cranky with it yesterday, we say, Jesus, here we go again. The man basically I said Jamaican don't talk about Cephas as short pick, and Cephas should not be short pick. Cephas, somebody need to produce the numbers. In these World Cup qualifiers so far, Cephas has been our most impactful offensive player. And here's come Divisive Cranky. It's a good thing me the on station where nobody must listen. So if him come on so we can talk about it, and more people here. Here comes Divisive Cranky as a voice out of the diaspora saying that you Jamaicans down there talking like Cephas should be a show pick. Cephas should not be a show pick. And I talk about some man we are playing at some bush league up in England. Say in Jamaica for call. Eh? Who don't stop driving the division there? And the diaspora man them 8 baller like Cephas and Dixon. We listen to all of them and we can call on we can say to at least a dozen of them. Is them a bad mouth, the Jamaican born baller them. And of course, all the while you hear them man, anyway, maybe leave it right. What?
So now you hear that people. So me I drive the vision and me not like Jamaican baller. First of all, those of you who have been on my program for a long time, and if you're fearing your assessment, would realize that I try as best as possible to focus on people's talent, utilizing data, information, facts to substantiate my view. Don't just talk from the top of my head. Now you hear him ask, can somebody provide the data? He doesn't look at data. Any person in this world today, I mean, high doctor have big fight people, big fight. Can look like him not use AI, and me not like doctors who know. Sorry, Dr. Dan, I tell you the truth. I like doctors who know use AI nowadays. If you're a doctor, you know use AI, you can't talk to me. Serious about that. I mean, I don't joke thing, people. I'm a doctor and a big thing, but I get eye surgery and now I work well. But anyway, we are digress. Any football club that doesn't use data and information to inform them about players in all different aspects, them not gonna do well. In fact, any business, any company can do it. I use data along with the eye tests comprehensively to inform my view about anything nowadays in life. Okay? Because it's all about information. It's all about information. How do I quantify the information, leverage the information, and utilize it? So when you hear the man talk about saying, well, you see the data, then the man talk over the top of him head. You know what I talk about? You can't talk to me. Maverick, you can't talk to me, Maverick. You don't know what you talk about. You have done no assessment. Maverick's analysis are topical. I'm going to call it substantively topical, which may seem like an oxymoron, but it isn't. What do I mean by that? He has good opinions, but his opinions are not informed by any facts to allow them to have the credibility that one needs to have if you're going to have those perspectives. There are no facts. They're just good opinions about different subjects and matters. Unlike yours truly, because as a CPA by trade, as an accountant, who utilize data in his entire life during his working life, it's an imperative and important, and I use it 24/7. And that's what the world is going to. It's about information that you can capture in data and leverage it. And Maverick doesn't do that. So how do I come to my conclusion? Maverick is a hypocrite. The biggest hypocrite in Jamaica that has a platform. And I'm going to prove it today to your people. I'm going to show you. Can we bring receipts, you know? We don't just come here and talk, people. We have credibility, and we inform that credibility with hopefully substance, with facts, with information that's material to any topic that I discuss and provide to you. I don't just sit here and say, I want to do a show. I'm just come run to the show. I'm going to do some research. I'm doing my research first. And today was difficult trying to respond to somebody whose program finished at 12 because you want to hear thing, and then come on at 2 o'clock. You have to get all the data you want to get. But me come and do it quickly. Come on and respond to it. Come have some things to do this evening. Yeah, I'll game at 3 o'clock with Leeds and West Ham. And then next up play at 7 something. So I have to watch it. So I don't have much time. I have some personal things to do. But let's get to the point. I said Cephas in an automatic pick. I said Dixon probably shouldn't be in the team. If you want to see the show I did the other day about this, you can go look at the show. Now, there is no bigger hypocrite than Maverick. So let's touch on the Cephas situation to prove my point. And then what we will do, we will then go to Maverick's history. The man said, me, I create division, people. There is no bigger divisive person in the history of Jamaica's platform that I know of than Maverick. So here are the stats, people. Here are Cephas stats. If you pick a team based on form, Cephas has played for his club team this year 176 minutes. Right? Out of a possible 11 games. 11,999. So out of about 1,000 minutes, he's played 176. The most he's played is 31 minutes. He has 0 goals and 0 assists. What are you using then to judge his club form? You know, I get no game time. And when you get game time, you now produce. Let me say this again, people. He's not getting game time. And when he's getting game time, which is not material in a lot of games, he's not producing on the field. So what does McLaren use to pick Cephas for the national team based on his club form? We get to the national form based on his club form. I will give that Shane. Be patient, man. We not just do things half-assed, no, Shane. We take our time and do things. Me, I come to it. So I agree, say I'm not on club farm. Let me hear that from the people. I agree, say I'm not on club farm for pick from. If the primary criteria is a club farm, we agree, say I'm not on club farm, right? Can we agree that? Duckland said those stats are nonsense in the context of Reggae Boyz performance. We'll get to the Reggae Boyz, Duckland. And Duckland, you know what? I'm not gonna respond to you. I'll go to them. I'll go to them. Because the ability to reason deductively, to garner information and utilize information in a thoughtful, well-defined way to arrive at a conclusion is a lot of time missing. You know, to be able to do that is hard to do when you have your biases. And some of you people in the chat and otherwise have your biases, and that informs how you make decisions. I try to be as objective as possible. Right? No, Chris, it doesn't matter where you play, Chris. It doesn't matter where you play, Chris. It's not about where you play. It's how you play. So that is his club form, people. Let's go to his national form. Because I say go to the national form because I'm going to do well for the national team. And then you go to the national form and have 2 goals and 6 assists. Okay, let's go to his national form. Like you said, the club form, no matter, you know, nothing from club. So here's his national form, people. His national form. In his performance for Jamaica, 25 games. I know Bailey, you know. I think Bailey have 39 games, 7 goals and about 7 assists. I think Bailey have. Plus goal and assists against big team. He has 8 goal contributions in 25 games, right? He's played over 1,000 minutes, right? Remember that. Now look at who the goals and assists are against. Okay? Who are they against? Go look at the list. Some of these games, not in squad. Let's go down here. He has 2 goals, if I'm not mistaken. 2 goals. One against St. Vincent and one against Bermuda. Wow, really big teams. I don't think any of those teams are ranked inside the top 100 in the world. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Please tell me the ranking for St. Vincent and Bermuda in world ranking. Bermuda may have moved up, given that they're now in the last round. Can't go Gold Cup. But we beat Bermuda 4 twice, so they must be a really hard team to play against. That must be a really difficult team to play against. It's a difficult team. Great defense. The right back is wonderful. He allowed you to go inside, way up the field. He's a wonderful right back. But he has 2 goals in 25 games. He has 6 assists. 2 of those assists right here against Nigeria in a friendly in the UK when they played that friendly this summer, right? So he has 4 assists in real international game because the friendly not really come, but it's friendly in 2 games. Some people say Nigeria. He has 1 assist against Dominican Republic, 1 against Dominica. Really big footballing nations. Wonderful. Let me see what other nations he's played against. He's played against Panama. He had 9 minutes. He's played against USA. He had 74 minutes. Nothing. He's played against Mexico. 10 minutes. Nothing. 45 against Venezuela. Nothing. Nicaragua, 12, nothing. 45 against Honduras, nothing. USA, 45-30, 0. Let's go back to the big team. Trinidad, nothing. Guatemala, nothing. Guatemala, nothing. 90 minutes. Guadeloupe, 45 minutes, nothing. Panama, nothing. Wow. Trinidad, nothing. Curacao, nothing. Oh, Bermuda, 2 goals. What the... And then no one come beat me because I have nothing to talk about. Duckland, see the facts and the Duckland. Mr. Duckland, the genius, see the facts and the Duckland. Tell me the big team when him score against. Tell me the team what mean anything when him score against Duckland. I have assist against Duckland. Tell me the team them Duckland. Let me hear it. You know, next narrative we'll hear people. Oh, they not take them chance when him give to them. You can say that for any player. You don't know what I talk about. You don't know life you talk around for the mouth, Duckland. Me call you out. You don't like run off for the mouth. I don't know what I talk about. You don't know nothing about football. Me call that out now. If we analyze football the right way, a different conversation. A different conversation, people. Can we get upset when you could try to call me out? A wrong person I call out. Can we do my work? Me spend time I do my work, people. Me spend time to do my assessment. Me spend time with the numbers. Me spend time looking at the competition and the level of competition. I don't want to compare Cephas to Bailey and Gray. That is heresy. Bailey play Champions League. Bailey play Premier League. Bailey play Serie A. Cephas can get a game in a Russian league. We did their team. We're not talking about people. When you hear me talk about Bailey at the time, so no prove the national team. Bailey has 14 goal contribution in 39 games. Cephas has what? 6 and 2, 8 in 25 games. We're not talking about people. I don't know what we're not talking about. He played the teams. Duckland, stop, close your eyes, Duckland. Stop doing that. Duckland, let me cuss you, Duckland. The stats there, Duckland. Look upon them. Remember white up. Since you can't see Duckland, and you want to create narrative, see the Duckland, a big like there now. See there? In play against, see the Duckland? In play against Panama, in play against USA at 74 minutes, in play 45 against Venezuela, in play 45 against Honduras, in play 45 US, 30 US, 90 Trinidad, in play 84 against Guatemala. I call a team what make some sense, people. If when you my voice I get loud, can me have to get low, can me vex, can I come challenge man? When I come challenge people and challenge people knowledge and then I know about football and Cranky, and Cranky divisive. Divisive what? Or if you have to be an automatic selection of your team, let me drink some water and calm down, your people. Because it don't make me chill. Let me drink some water and calm down. Okay, this is the more intelligent Cranky. So let's analyze the numbers carefully and then try to draw informed perspective on how we assess players. I would suggest that a lot of you who are into this local versus foreign and diaspora need to consider when you're doing your assessment, try to be as objective as possible. I know it's hard. I know some of you have no idea. I know it's very, very difficult. But I try my best to be objective. I came here previously saying Cephas and any 10. And you know what, people? It's on video. I had to go look for it today, but I didn't get a chance to look for it. I came here saying at one point, Cephas and any 10. I came here saying when Claudine beat me, when I said Dixon should play about Antonio something, Antonio now score. There is no partial born. The man had a question, people say, Cranky born in England and Cranky this man or Jamaican and the same old narrative. Nobody spread divisiveness like Maverick. Nobody. I'm your plate and showing us how me attack. Nobody. Them can't beat me. Juras. You can't beat facts in a Juras. You can't beat facts in a. You can't beat deductive assessment in a. You can't use the topical nonsense and try to figure things out. What are you talking about, Duckland? We're talking about Cephas here. You can't, David, look, we're talking about Cephas. We can't show any stats we want to show. Duckland, we're talking about Cephas. That was a conversation. It's not about anybody else. If we pull up Dixon stats, they're even worse. Duckland, which stats you want to put up, Duckland? Come, people, when we beat Russell, you're not complaining, people. When we beat John Russell and say John Russell, my team, you're not complaining, people. People, you're not complaining, When I beat John Russell and say, Molly can't score goal, no do nothing else, you're not complaining, As soon as Miss start talk about a reggae boy, I say him shouldn't be in the squad now. We say him shouldn't be automatic pick, and people are lose their mind. Talk about how much goal contribution they have. First of all, people, if you're gonna judge people, judge them on similar facts. Bailey and Gray has not played in the last 2 windows. They not play against Bermuda if you pad them stats. How many teams have dribbled from half line? You see now the whole CONCACAF except for Jamaica twice. How much teams used to dribble from half line go score? I have against Bermuda, Cephas do it, and Whisper do it. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? When I asked the Speed about did they talk to Whisper, no beat me. No Whisper and talk about Cephas and talk to them people and beat me or me disrespectful and all that. That's why I find it difficult to be in this space in people. I find it difficult to be in this space called the inability to reason objectively, the inability to be unbiased, the inability to be fair. It's crazy. That's probably true, Drew. But him call me out, Drew Russ. I mean, if I call him out, kind of know nothing. What Maverick does is just talk from top of my head. He might ask what Cephas stats are. I don't ask what Cephas stats are. I know what they are. The man has played 176 minutes in 11 games for his club this season, people. He not played 25% I gave them in full 90 minutes. And when you look at him, Scott, for Jamaica, they look decent, especially more recently, until you start assessing the opponents and you're like, what the hell? People, look at the last window down here, the World Cup qualification. Trinidad and Curacao, what did he do? They are big zeros. He has 3 goal contribution against Bermuda. He has 0 against the 2 best team. Why am doing him start meet a right back that can do something decent? Nothing. He not do nothing. You guys take me a fight him. Me not fight Cephas. What I used to say Cephas and then 10 of people. I used to say Cephas has to be in the team. Until me start look more and more at the stats and say, man, have to be a non-team star. The man produced against inferior opponents. And then we start talking about local versus diaspora. What if they local versus diaspora? How come nobody complain when me say, you know what? It's all about Blake being the best, probably the best player ever for Jamaica, or not the best player ever in a national team, after a team. But then you know complaints. When me say low for play, a lot of times when people are beat me about low, even Chris me that beat me about low, I know you know about complaints. I know you know complaints, people. I'm not complaining about if we talk about how come Dixon get the national team, people. Let's talk about that. Me go to the Maverick thing, you know. Dixon, you know what? We'll call up Dixon stats. Look at Dixon stats, people. Because no one said Dixon for the national team. I don't think he should. If we have 7 wingers, people, let's say Mason Greenwood doesn't come. So we should pick 4 wingers, 2 starters and 2 backup. And people are saying, well, we're not sure about Gray, we're not sure about Bailey. Cephas are guaranteed, Dixon are guaranteed. So that means there's no Campbell and no Whisper. And I can't have it all the way, no people. And then the man said Whisper has to be in the team. So I don't want Whisper in the team, I don't want Dixon in the team, I don't want Whisper, Dixon, and Cephas. That's 3. Only 1 slot left. So Campbell, Bailey, and Gray should be left out. Now I have no problem if Campbell get left out. Campbell got his chance, played decent against Curacao, but he hasn't proven enough to me to say he's a guarantee to be in the team. So no things that Dixon a guarantee and Whisper a guarantee and Cephas a guarantee. So Bailey agree for so long. I wish why not drink? Why not drink? Why not drink? Thank goodness the coach has sense to pick based on performance instead of English bias. Okay. Declan, go look in the mirror. I think your mirror fog up. Go look in the mirror. People like you are people who me not like deal with. Me not like deal with no. Because there's no reason with no sense of integrity. And just reason no one way. I heard Tuchel being asked a question about Lewis Kelly. And the question to him was, Lewis Kelly is not a starter for Arsenal. He's only played 2 games. And he's on the England team And Stuka basically says he needs to get game time. Otherwise, he can't be in the team, basically. Lewis Kelly, who dribbled down the whole field against Atletico Madrid the other day, set up Martin Luther score. Lewis Kelly, who was brilliant last year. Lewis Kelly, who has pedigree, even though he's only 18 years old. And the man same game, no guarantee, because he now get game time. But you know, watch over the club farm because no suit in the narrative. Am I even Jamaican? On a revert to personal stuff. We're not get personal, Duckland. Come off high program, Duckland, if you don't like me. If you like me, Duckland, come off high program. If you don't like me, come off high program. That's what I have to tell you. I'll get a nonsense meter. If you don't like me, Duckland, then don't come on the program, Duckland. We're not asking to come. We're not asking to come, Duckland. If you take it, make it personal, Duckland, we're not unite. Right? If you make it personal, Duckland, you have to come on the program. You're going to leave. Like Reggae Boyz, something there. When you change him name, can want to come on the program. If you don't like me, Duckland, don't come on the program. You don't like my narrative. Joe Donner said, here, Kranky, stats cannot help us for our next 2 games, Cephas and Dixon. And we agree to agree with Joe Donner. We agree to disagree. Dixon has done nothing to be in the team, Joe Donner. Dixon has done nothing to be in the team. Run around like a youngster. Got a lot of energy. He has done nothing. His club form is atrocious. So I brought up the fact that Jamaica should call Tyrese Hall. Maverick say a Bush League. Some look a player from some look a Bush League. But Dixon plays in the same division as the kid. So how come Maverick want Dixon to get called from League 2, but he don't want the kid to get called? The kid is a midfielder. Dixon is a forward. The kid and Dixon play the same amount of game. The kid has 4 goals and 1 assist. Play against Dixon team and score 2. Dixon has 0 goals and 0 assists. That's club form. The kid want to come for the under 20, we wouldn't take him. The kid want to come for, and he's been rated as one of the highest rated young footballer in England, period. When I talk about no XYZ in England, period. You're German the phone I played the other day. When they're highest rated footballer, we don't call the kid. We don't want the kid, but we call Dixon. Call Dixon Banner Jamaica. In Banner Jamaica, never call him. Dixon and kid are in the same league. Dixon time at Crawley Town, at Crawley Moan, at Crawley Sound, what you want to call him, is getting reduced. You know what? Me pull up Dixon stats. Me up play a Maverick thing, them no people. Me say me go do an hour show. Me do a longer show. So Joe Donner, you and I are in 2 different pages, Joe Donner. And I don't have any bias, people. No bias. I am all about who I play. I support Lou if I play. Most times than not, people beat me about that. I know what I'm looking at. Sometimes, even in I'm playing football sometimes. Let me spell the thing wrong. Even in I'm playing football sometimes, I support him. Come and produce. Like I said before, the other factors people use apart from club farm, we don't have no factors for use for Cephas, because you know no club farm to look at. So here is I use our competition. Here is Dixon's number. Here are Dixon's numbers, not Aries. Here are Dixon's numbers, people. Dixon club in player. Him have 8 games. What's that? 1 goal, 1 assist. If you look at League 2, he has nothing in League 2. I think it's in a cup competition. So look at Dixon's numbers. He started off getting game time. 90, 90, 90. Then he started drop. 28, 37, 55. Whatever goal assist he have is not in the League 2 competition. So the Crawley Town one play against, but he can't see. He'll be here someplace. I mean, the Notts County. He played against Notts County. This is Notts County game. We're talking about Tyrese Hall. Where Tyrese Hall scored 2 goals in another game there. Just come from Tottenham. Just reach a League 2. Right? Dixon has no goals, no assists in the League 2. I think he has maybe a goal and assist against Aston Villa under 21. Maybe that's where he should be playing. Aston Villa under 21. He doesn't have anything in League 2. The Bush League, Maverick call it. We call him like a man from like a Bush League. First of all, the kid is on loan from Tottenham. He comes from Tottenham Academy. He's 20 years old. He's being viewed as a potential, very, very good Premier League player. We don't want to use no superstar thing. Right? I'm going to say Tyrese Hall should be considered. Maverick Kosan say, we are talking about from Bush League. Dixon can't score in a Bush League. Can he get assist in a Bush League? What are we talking about? Here's what some of you people like Duckland do. When you don't like Fox, when I go to something else, you might get personal. Am I really Jamaican? No. I was not born in Jamaica, but I have Jamaican citizenship, and I grew up in Jamaica. Me go Rossies, me go KC, me go Lucy Primary, me go Denhamton Primary, me go Ashkinish Primary, me go Bickerstead Primary, me go enough, live in a country, in a bush, and me live in a town. Live at Harborview, me live at Walton Park Road, Hagley Park Road, me live at Trenchtown for about 3 months. Me think me are Jamaican. If you don't think me are Jamaican, me can't help you. If the only people are Jamaicans, the ones who were born there, then all who come a foreign and say, I'm American citizen, if you go back to Jamaica then. Because no respect for people who born someplace else. Stay at Jamaica then. Don't come a foreign. Someone will cost me who they are in the diaspora. No, go back to Jamaica then go live. No go to other country. No go England, no go France, no go anyway. Just stay at Jamaica and live at Jamaica. Can I call out people and I try to denigrate and belittle people? I mean, I take it. But just I go basement people, I go below the basement. That's some stay. But those are the numbers. They don't lie. And let's pull up Dixon Jamaica's numbers. So Dixon has no goal, no assists in League 2. He might have goal and assists under 21 against Aston Villa. Wow, that's so wonderful. Let's pull up in Jamaica stats. I think he might about 2 goals in about 21 games. So let me start here. 2 goals and 1 assist in 21 games. Right? And to be fair to Dixon, he doesn't get the same game time that Cephas does. He's only played 588 minutes for the national team. But in the World Cup qualifiers, more recent, in the last 2 rounds, he got some game time. Yeah, 62 minutes against Bermuda, 29, 37 against Trinidad, 18 against Bermuda, 29. He ain't produced nothing. He don't have no goal or no assist. 26 against Panama, nothing. Right? When last he scored, he had against Nigeria in the Unity Cup, he had a goal. Right? In the World Cup qualifiers more recently, in the Gold Cup, he has nothing to show for his name. What are you guys talking about? And he's gotten chances. Yes, true, the truth. He's gotten chances. In fact, in the Bermuda game, he got a sitter from Nicholson. He didn't score. So the people are trying to beat Cranky and tell Cranky a create narrative and divisive narrative. Me on this program, I've supported Dixon on this program before. I've supported Cephas on this program before. Maverick. So let me start playing some people. So let me put up Maverick thing. So Maverick, let me talk. Maverick, you're center stage, Maverick. I'll put you up. This is Maverick, people. And we'll talk about each of them things. This is Maverick. I'm coming out, you know. And by the way, I borrowed this from TVJ. So, nobody said, why am I taking them? So I'm going to give them credit. Borrow some TVJ. I'm play some Maverick thing, people. I'm going to show you hypocrisy and divisiveness.
It might sound a bit like deja vu, like we've been down this road before. But we are at yet another critical juncture in yet another World Cup qualifying cycle. But we're going to make the call again for balance in the selection of the team. This thinking that has not worked for 25 years, that any player playing in any league in England is better for the team than any other player playing anywhere.
So let me start with some people. You don't think that divisive? No, not divisive. We are trying to bring that up, you know, so people that create narrative. They're not divisive.
In the world, Steve McLaren, an Englishman, was brought here, obviously, to reinforce that flawed philosophy. But we must stop thinking in absolutes and start thinking balance. The fact of the matter is, as a compliment to somebody.
What the hell does balance mean in a football team? When you talk about balance in a football team, you're talking about between defense, midfield, forward line. That's balance. His balance is about the number of local players versus overseas players. They're all Jamaican citizens. Why do we have to have balance? If we have 11 locally born players and they're the best players, they should be in the team. If you have 11 born overseas players and they're the best team, they should be in the team. They ain't no damn balance. What balance? What's divisive? You want half and half. Half and half for what? Half mediocrity and half not mediocrity. What are you talking about?
England-born players, some of the born Jamaican players are conspicuously adding more intensity, tenacity, technical skills, and commitment to the team that we're not seeing when they are not in the team. Tell the truth. And we're not saying no foreign born or all local born or vice versa. Again, we're begging for balance. Just some more balance.
Balance is a code word for we want more local players in the team. He didn't ask for the best team. And the coach picked the best team, and the team include both local and overseas. Who cares? Pick the best team that fits what the coach is trying to achieve, even though there's no system of play. Pick the best team. Let's keep going on Maverick.
Football Federation to specifically get former Manchester United forward Mason Greenwood to come and play for Jamaica. Even the hiring of the new Reggae Boyz coach, Steve McLaren, was linked to his affiliation to Greenwood and him possibly getting the baller to join the Reggae Boyz. Of course, the pursuit of Greenwood goes way back, even before those high-profile domestic issues in England. The JFF has been hunting Mason Greenwood like vultures.
People, we're talking about divisiveness and disrespect. The man said they've been, when you're talking about a vulture, what are you talking about? Yeah? You know, when you're talking about a vulture, what are you talking about? The man said they hunt like vultures. And when I mentioned it's the Rudolph speeding on people. I said to Rudolph, hey Rudolph, you're selective, you know. Maverick calling the vultures and you still go on Maverick program. Only YouTubers you have strength for. I'm saying now come on YouTube, but him go on YouTube. I'm go on Ballpree TV, which is good for Ballpree. And Ballpree, good job of getting Rudolph. I'm tell Rudolph said I'm selective. Don't know who fi frighten and don't know who fi and people know who fi manage who they want to manage certain way. Right? Some people don't like me because me I speak truth to power. I mean I'm beg nobody to come, but I'm sure if me ask you on the show you don't want to come, you know come. Me a man drop something the other day. I disrespect me about speed, tell me about my mother or something like that, which not no go so. I mean, no Rudolph not still away there. Cause me and Rudolph not relationship. Me and Rudolph even text once in a while nowadays. About different things. Him probably a cuss me about something, and I cuss me say me I was a pick on him, and me I tell him say boy, and also life going on Rudolph. Me just call up me say because at the end of the day, people, here's my philosophy. When I'm giving these people praise, they're not complaining. And so when we start calling them off for certain things, them getting them feelings. Can't help that. Now, Maverick's a different story. Because maybe Maverick, Maverick is the vulture. If you call people vulture, I'm a vulture. Because all Maverick want to do is drop some video, make a quick money, and not care what he wants to say. Must show the Maverick hypocrisy, people. He might call the JFF vultures. And the JFF go on in program all the time. Because it's a much wider audience. So people, so if you don't have a bigger audience as them, they make allowances for people with bigger audiences. Not for the YouTubers, because say YouTubers them toxic. But Maverick not toxic. Who more toxic than Maverick?
Said this though. Mason Greenwood is a talented player. His skill sets as a baller could definitely benefit Jamaica. But on the other hand, if we have to be chasing and begging and hiring a coach to get him here, it gives an impression of desperation, like we're trying to force the baller to come to Jamaica. I mean, while it would be great to get Mason Greenwood, if we have to beg and beseech and preach and bleach to get him here, then maybe we should just leave it there.
Boy, the media, let me tell you one thing about the media landscape.
So here's hypocrisy at its highest, people. The next clips. Can me do them thing quick enough. I don't have time to go through them. I go through all the clip them right. And I see it play them I talk about. Here's the next clip, people. Now Maverick is complaining about YouTubers at JV press conferences almost that they're not at the right level. They're not journalists at the right level. And then subsequently, on another video, Maverick is criticizing his peers in traditional media. So they're not get YouTuber them do. People don't listen to the video. It speaks for itself. The hypocrisy is beyond belief.
You see the YouTube man, them a bomb rush. When you go to the press conference up and see them already, a YouTube man, them take over the press conference in the box. Yeah, man, I say to some of my media colleagues, them say, watch out, we're doing a press conference and you can't get in a question to the coach. Because YouTube man, them just all over the coach. All over YouTube man, them a look, I look content for them channel, brother.
Yeah, yes, sir. So funny that it's along the same time.
So, him say YouTube man, all over the coach, look content. Isn't the traditional media looking content for the Gleaner, for the Observer, for Fame, Sport Explosion channel? Now that we go there for. Now that you want content for. Everybody don't want content. How does the traditional media do them business without getting content? Does that make any sense to anybody? Everybody a hustle. And you fight looking man in my hustle. And you come back and later on, the man have dementia, star. He have dementia. Seriously, he have dementia. No, listen.
I kind of have a problem with how things are being done at the press conferences for the national manager and team coach.
The football team?
Yes. Here's why. I don't think that the questions being asked to the national coach are very insightful. I think this, because I've listened to them.
YouTube man, them take over the press conference.
No, but I hear some journalists who are there asking some very surface level questions, some very superficial questions.
Well,
for example,
people like me nobody go to them press conference.
You hear that people like me not going to press conference because them below me. First of all, it might be YouTubers take over. and my supporting traditional media person them, right? You listen to these people. So the caller said, no, stop this. And not only YouTubers, me your surface level question from the man, them the traditional media, traditional journalists, them also not ask no question, were incisive, was penetrative, right? Then I asked them a question and he might make a case for the opposite.
From we see the football, we don't want to talk to no coach.
But to be fair,
so people like me and of some other people, you know, we don't come. Let me tell you the honest truth. What happened at the press conference? You know, there's a plethora of YouTubers now. We are doing football content in Jamaica. Is when they go to the press conference, my boss, and the YouTuber them run the question. But to be honest, you know, them ask a whole lot of nonsense in there. The last one, me going on.
So he's saying YouTubers ask nonsense. I'm not saying YouTubers' questions are always the best questions. YouTubers' questions are no different from the questions asked by traditional media. In fact, some of the traditional media questions are embarrassing. If you do a comparative between what's asked by YouTubers and what's asked by traditional media, you'll be shocked and surprised that there's no competition between the two. There's no comparison between the two, to be honest. YouTubers ask the most penetrative questions. Regular media, traditional media asks soundbite stuff, so when nobody not care about stuff with vanilla. YouTubers are the one take most of the risk and also accused of being disrespectful to the coach. You ask the coach question, which I'm fear and blah, blah, blah. That's what we get as YouTubers. I've been in those press conferences. I don't go back to them anymore, but I've been in them, right? That's what you get when you ask questions which people want to know. And then you're going to have this person who's going to come on and say things which suggest that he and his friends in traditional media, we don't go to this front conference anymore because, you know, we're above that. These little people below us, they're asking questions, which is not part of our, they have the intellectual capacity to ask questions, which are what people want to know about. That's nonsense. A traditional media, the problem in Jamaica, are them now old people accountable in football. Are them the football, them are part of the problem for the football, not part of the solution.
When one of them asks a question, we come out of the room, you know. Yeah, man. We not this man them, but them take over this something. So the front line journal.
So you come out of the room and you're not this man them people. People don't ever hear people nonsense, so you come out of the room because the question asked, but you're not this demand them. Right.
Journalists them basically pushed to a side now, you know.
And of social media platforms. Basically, them are complaining about free speech.
So hear this now, people. Now the man has support YouTubers. The man just beat YouTubers and people. You hear me, I say people? Him just beat YouTubers. Then him drop a video. I support YouTubers. Now listen to these people. We can't make it up now. The man up on this fence. In some broken foot, I jump 5 fence in the people. In the fence, I jump on both sides of the fence. Him can't make up his mind.
Said there is too much free speech. Can you imagine? Media practitioners mostly, you know, complain about the very thing that enable them to fulfill for them dream, you know. Free speech. Now, obviously, times change and things are evolved. And of course, mainstream media practitioners no longer control the narrative of what people hear and what people see in the various space them. So it look like them feeling awkward about it now. And as a result, them a kick and scream and a ball about too many unregulated platforms and too much misinformation. And people, look here, me hear it first. It came to my attention during the US election, during the Donald Trump Kamala Harris campaign. Especially when the people from the left, they used to complain so much about the proliferation of unregulated this and unregulated that and people spewing misinformation and blah, 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 blah. And we see it and make it way now in the Jamaican space. Because we see one prominent Jamaican media practitioner a complaint left, right, and center the other day about one of the biggest dangers is the proliferation of social media, and people are just able to give whatever the news they want to give and whatever perspective they want to. That is what free speech is all about. But you know what it is, though, people? It is a set of dinosaurs who basically get used to controlling the narrative. Yeah, me talk about
people. The man talk about himself. No, listen carefully. Him say I set a dinosaur. Him in the list. Him in a boat list. List him talk about himself.
Mainstream media practitioners, you know, they used to control the narrative. And now that the space has evolved now and the advent of social media, and people without going to the university to get a degree in mass communication can just set up them platform now and start talk what they want to talk and do them own in-depth digging and searching and expose. They have a problem with that. Now, remember my background, you know. Remember me come out a mainstream media, you know. Me still work in a mainstream media, you know. But me have a certain level of tolerance and a certain level of, you know, you're not naive.
People I played, the man say have tolerance. With tolerance, you see, you walk at a news conference because a YouTuber. It's a YouTuber, them dominate the space. It's a YouTuber, them take over the space. You can't deal with them. And you say you have a certain level of tolerance. You don't have no tolerance. You attack the both sides of your mouth. I should put something on both sides of your mouth in the video. You don't have no tolerance for them people. You don't want them. You don't want them around them. You think they're below you. But when it suits your narrative, you change the narrative because you want views.
You understand that the world is evolving and the space are evolve. But instead of bitching and complaining about it, you understand if you can adapt, you adapt and take advantage of the space if you can. And me, I'm to be a firm believer in a free speech, you know. Almost ultimate free speech. You see a lot of the things that people complain about and the use of certain words and the use of certain phrases where people have a problem with. Me I have no problem with them. The only reason why I don't use them every day is because, you know, the broadcast authorities and of course, whatever platform you use, they might have limitations to some of them. But me personally, I wouldn't lose a night's sleep in using whatever language me see fit for use to describe a particular scenario or use to capture whatever emotions there are. Obviously, you don't want people going into a crowded theater and shout out fire. Obviously, you don't want people to be inciting violence and inciting, you know, disorder and inciting antisocial behavior. I mean, that is not for the general good. But when we are talking about things like perspectives and politics and perspective and other, you know, national issues and international issues, it no matter if you go to university and you have 3 degrees, or you want a little man, we sweep out the gutter this up. Everybody have a perspective. There's no monopoly on information and no
For balance.
I wonder who always use a term there. There's no monopoly on information. Man, I borrow me term them too. Sorry, if I lose the train of thought. I'll quit the Maverick video. Make the point, people. We're not going more Maverick video. The point I'm trying to make with this is that when you're a hypocrite, and you're such a hypocrite, you even forget your hypocrisy. You forget your own hypocrisy, people. You're so hypocritical that you talk about say your mouth and not even realize it. By the way, people, thank you, Farmer. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you hadn't hit the like button, please do so for this show. But no, I had to respond to Maverick because he called me out. And by the way, people, I called somebody today and said, tell him to give me the number for call. Because I tried calling the number and the number was busy. Him said me not call him sure because me get the nonsense media. And that's true. That is true. But I was going to call him today to defend myself because he was talking nonsense. If people have watched my show for a long time, yes, sometimes it may seem like I'm biased because I'm calling out players who have certain capability. The coach said this. I didn't say this. And I should have played what the coach says. He basically saying Jamaican players are not technical. They're athletic. That's what he's saying. They don't think football. He said it when he was interviewed at Sabina Park, not me. Now, that doesn't say that relates to all players, right? Because some players are going to come through regardless of the poor coach they may be getting and play well. And there are a number of players in the team, whether it's a Whisper or a Bailey or a Blake or a Lowe. There are a lot of players in the team who are doing well or doing okay. Some may not be doing for their club team. I pointed out on my program, all these players not doing for their club team, whether it's Cephas, whether it's Dixon, whether it's Russell, whether it's Lati. I pointed all these players who get no game time at their clubs. And it's a problem for the national team. It's a problem for the national team. You can't have a national team when nobody not playing on club football and want to come play against decent team in this region, play the Trinidad and play against Curacao and say, we guarantee we go work up, they're not playing on football. Bailey just come back from injury, just have play 2 games for Roma, play 60 minutes in his first game. It's about 2 more weeks for the next window. We hear that Johnson's Bobby Reid is being rested. Bobby Reid didn't play no portion of football to be rested. Good evening, Pastor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
I am listening to the diatribe you are reporting on. That is expected to be construed as something good coming from media practitioners. Well, the last program I was on your channel, you said I was being harsh in what I posted in the chat. Now, I want to address not just your response to Maverick, but Maverick's pronouncement as it relates to people in the diaspora who are sowing division in the Jamaica football fan base. One, there is absolutely no player in Jamaica that you have sufficient information on to compare them to the players in the diaspora. You don't have the information. Two, Mr. Speed publicly stated that they do not possess the requisite skill to properly assess players and prepare players in Jamaica. How many international coaches do you have in Jamaica since Mr. Speed has made that statement? And where has the players or the coaches in Jamaica gone to upgrade themselves since Mr. Speed made that statement? People need to stop speaking from their emotions in relation to the Jamaica football program and literally just do what you did. Point to the facts and make the decision from an informed position. Anything less than that is going to cause people who have the time and the sense to go sit down and do what you did for Cephas and Dixon, that I have been doing for King since they keep promoting these inadequates as Jamaica's hope. Because we literally have put ourselves in the place where we can start singing that song again that famous YouTuber did put out. We're not going away. We topper. People need to understand that if you close your eyes, you're no different than somebody who is blind. But that does not change the actual fact that is before the eyes of everybody else. It don't change. We cannot continue to do this as though Jamaica is the world. Jamaica is not even a dot in the world because there are so many other impressions on what we could call the map that would make Jamaica minuscule. Yes, we're a people that have impacted the world significantly in the grand scheme of things. But I see even people like Duckland commenting as though their head, like the fable about ostrich, is buried beneath the sand. You cannot stake any claim for a Dixon, a Cephas, a King, or for that matter, no JPL player in the squad. You have nothing on which to select them to be in the squad. There is no player in Jamaica that you can select for any position on a team above those that are available with papers in the diaspora. There's not one. Not one of them is not doing anything for you to regard them as equal or better than the players available in the diaspora with papers. And I'm not talking about anybody to come. Those who are already in possession of all the necessary documentation to be in the team. And for everybody who would like to talk about people in the diaspora don't like local players, just present the facts to say this player is better than this player, and that is why I want this player to be in the team. If you're going, okay, I want a certain player. I want a certain player in the team because I like that player because me and him come from the same community. That don't win no match nowhere. I watch a match where people are talk about Dixon was energetic and showing good commitment. Which football team, not even a corner league team, you can't get a second chance in if you pass the ball 13 times to your opposition. You're not getting a second look in. Dixon passed the ball to the Bermuda team 13 times, and this is not counting the amount of times he lost the ball. 13 passes to Bermuda, who you're playing against. And I'm supposed to sit down and watch, go pay money to go to a stadium to watch you put Dixon in the squad? And saying I want to watch football? This don't make no sense. Cephas and King on a team makes Jamaica play without a midfield. Because like King, Cephas don't play a position. Cephas gets the ball, hold on his head, run down the left wing. He don't play a position. The 2 goals that scored against us for Curacao, Cephas and King are directly responsible for both goals. It don't matter if you put the very best, call the top 3 midfielders and put them on the team. If you put them on a field with Cephas and King, they're going to be stretched out of position. Because I hear people beat Hayden for a bad pass that Hayden made, you know. And I literally woke up this morning with my mind on a blackboard drawing the angles to show Hayden was playing what he learned from he was 5 years old and King at 23 not learn it yet. And that is why the pass was made into a bad pass, because Hayden passed the ball simultaneously while looking up. And when his head finally come up, he realized the King is not there. And we keep touting these players. Every game, since I start hyping up King and talking about King is cool on the ball, I watch every game that King play meticulously just to be able to speak from an informed position on King's uselessness as a defender.
I'm not gonna say that. I like King actually, but I
know you, Cranky.
Yeah.
I know you love King, but I'm saying the little football that I played in my life, I played across the defense line, plus as a goalkeeper and as a CDM. You cannot have a player who does not turn up in the position he's on the field to play. You're going to be stretching your team. King can't control the ball if there's a player coming on to him. He cannot. King, or he does not. So if he do it in a training nurse, he do it in a no match when play. Not for his club, not for Jamaica. And some of these players are being touted as being better than who? I played corner league in St. Elizabeth. King couldn't make none of them corner league side defense.
All right, Pastor, we are going overboard now.
No, I am not going overboard, Kranky. I grew up with players who played their position. King has not played centre back for Jamaica nor for his club since we hear them hype him up.
So what position he plays?
He is not a footballer by what he's producing on the field, because to be a footballer, you must be able to control the ball and play at least one position. Every game I watch King play for the last 2 years, King is out of position a minimum of 4 times. Every single game. Sometimes he's out of position as many as 7 or more times. And you go back and look at any game that you see that King is playing in, and look at where he is in respect of where the other defenders are. King does not put himself in a position to play the football. He's always going away from the football. He's always out of place.
I wouldn't say always. I mean, every defender sometimes find himself in situations.
No, Cranky.
But he's not always out of place.
Every defender find himself or herself out of place from time to time. No defender of merit, of worth, of when you consider is out of place 4 times every minimum of 4 times every single game. None. But I have not watched a game that King plays in, whether for a club or country, that he's not out of place a minimum of 4 times in the last 2 years. But Maverick and them won't talk about these things. The same way he rubbishes the league that Tyrese Hall is playing in, not realizing, because their intention is not at all to get Jamaica's best team.
So, Pastor, wait, Pastor, I can cut you, but two more minutes, Pastor, because somebody's want to call in. So give me two more minutes, Pastor. 2 more minutes.
Their intention is never to get Jamaica's best team. It is to get their favorite player, the player to whom they have an affinity to in the team. So to hell with Jamaica's best team. I don't know when since Jamaica become a country where man love man. Every time I listen to them speak, and for those who think that I am upset with, I'm a subscriber to several YouTube channels run by several Jamaicans. So yes, I'm a subscriber. But while I have stopped calling in on some channels, I have not retracted my subscription from these channels, because there's a little bit of patriotism and national, but this is foolishness. And you have to get to the point where you're thinking, okay, there are young children watching this. What is the educational benefit? How do you advance their thinking? What is morally upstanding? What is right? You cannot sell this. You can't make this up. When Dockland Stennett is going to, and I hear you say it, so let me repeat it.
All right, past 30 more seconds.
Persons who, no, I'm finishing on this one, Cranky. I'm finishing on this one. Persons who are hurt by truth, grounded in facts, often becomes personal attackers of people's person, because they have nothing with which they can come back in respect of information. So I just called you Dockland Stennett and company, who behave in this way every time. Dunce.
Bye, Pastor. Later, Pastor. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir, Mr. Cranky.
So 5 minutes, 5 minutes, everybody got the phone up, run off the hook. 5 minutes. Go ahead, sir.
Come on, man. I only need that 7, man. I talk
No,
about
5 minutes. Come. You're cutting your time, and I tell you 5 minutes. I check from now on. They're for the board.
Here it is, kind of. But they had to work, I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to tell you, you have a point with Maverick, because I several times me writing and calling and telling say in statements and comments are ignorant to the facts of this from what I'm dealing with. And this morning, based on what you're saying today, 100%, I agree with you. But I want to tell you, with regards to the 2 players that you've called up for Jamaican players, Cephas and Dixon, yeah, they may not have their form at the club level where they're at. For example, Cephas may not be scoring based on the amount of time that he's been playing. However, the energy, the work rate, they brings it, that really brings something to the team.
So stop right there. Stop. No. Put a pin in it. Put a pin in it.
Yeah.
I would agree with you that Dixon brings work rate. Cephas' work rate is when he gets the ball. When he doesn't have the ball, there's no work rate there. That's a misconception that you're getting work rate from Cephas. Go watch the game. And Apostle was alluding to the first goal that Curacao scored. And look where the play started from. Cephas doesn't put in the effort. And people, if effort where I used to play football alone, we're not trouble.
Yeah, I hear you. But nonetheless, I'm going to still say the same. He brings the energy, and there's a certain work rate that we can say, if he just clear that ball, if he just pass the ball as he go down on that flank, we have better results. So overall, I am 100% online agreeing with what you're saying. But as I listen to your first caller, I am still not going to knock the whole program or the players and the coaching structure of Jamaica, because we have to start from somewhere. We have to start from somewhere. And where we're starting at, we're making it to a level. Are we there? No. Do we need better structure and better development and better selection process? Yes. But at the same time, as we incorporate both homeborn and diaspora players from overseas, we can do this. This argument is not going to stop, but we have to still believe in the entire program rather than knocking the program. And yes, Cranky, you're right, that certain stats that the coach may use or something, that has to be adjusted in certain ways. But if right now, Curacao, for example, for the players that play every game in their international game, does not have a club. But nonetheless, they're playing for their country. So
right. But let me stop you there, because we want to use context. Person talks about context. Don't agree with you. I think the center forward squad of us don't have a club. But Curaçao's population is 159,000. Jamaica's population is about 3 million. If you expand each of them, so Curaçao is about 300 if you go outside Curaçao. Jamaica goes to about 5 million. Curaçao, most of their players don't play in Curaçao, right? They don't I don't hear them. They may have it. I don't hear this local versus diaspora. When they played against us, given one of their players was injured, all 11 players were born outside of Curaçao. What we're fighting about is, we're not talking about form, just form. We're saying there are players out there. Say Stewart, for example, who's Jamaican born, who's playing Israel, don't get a chance, but everybody else get a chance. I've called out Russell, whose stats are better than Cephas if you look at them with a critical eye. 5 goals and 1 assist in 15 games, and look who he scored against. It ain't about no St. Vincent and no Dominica and Dominican Republic. He's scoring against Guadeloupe. He's scoring against Guatemala. And I still says, I don't think he should be in the team. He don't do enough for the team. I don't get beaten on that, I don't get beaten and say Russell shouldn't be the team.
Yeah, that's true. But here's another part that we're not talking about that much. The coach or the coaching staff, they have a big role to play with this, because I don't think this coach is technical enough, strategic enough in his selection and the drafting of the team for each windows that we have and for each game that we have. Because, for example, back to Curacao, that game that we played and lose despite some injury that we have, shouldn't have been. It was clear that there was something, the way the players came out on the field, there was something that goes on in the changing room, in the locker room, based on how they demonstrate on that day. So it's an all-around plan. But again, separately, I 100% agree with you with regards to the divisiveness that certain media outlets like Maverick and others are trying to create with regards to players from one side versus players from the other side. It does not, that no matter at all, and it shouldn't even be. We are all a one Jamaica, one blood in all aspects. So that shouldn't be. But when we come back to the 2 players that you named, I say that they may not be scoring. For example, Cephas may not be scoring, but there is a heart, there is a work rate, and it gives us something that maybe that he doesn't score, but it creates a goal from somewhere else. So, it works, until we can do better. It works. But this troubling situation, it is not just as the individualistic players. It has to do with the coaches, their selection, and the strategy, because Jamaica may not make it to the World Cup as to it stands right now, unfortunately. But nonetheless, I am believing for the team.
All right, so thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Let me say this is John Russell's stats, because Pressa says Cephas is more impactful on John Russell. John Russell scored against St. Kitts. He scored against Nigeria. He scored against Guatemala. He scored against Guadeloupe, he scored against Bermuda. Cephas has scored against Bermuda, and he scored against St. Vincent. So he ain't scored against nobody. And his assists, 2 against Nigeria in a friendly, 2 against Bermuda, and some other no-name team. I don't know why not talk about Presser. Presser, the phone is yours, Presser. I don't know yet. Go on, Presser. Provide the
Cranky,
context,
first
Presser.
of all,
Presser, hold up. Presser, don't tell me what me allow nothing. Me not allow nothing. Nobody with it. Me in a mood.
Well,
me not allow nobody to do nothing. People say they want to say, me can't control them.
Somebody.
Me just reprimand them and say, what do you mean? I don't have to reprimand anybody, Presser. Go on your channel and reprimand people. You want to reprimand them. Me not reprimand nobody. He said something and he dropped off. What do you want me to say?
All right, but you can beat him after. But anyways, something else. I mean, enough race with flesh and blood still. But Pastor said that Cephas caused 2 of the goals them against Curacao, which is absolutely not true. That is absolutely outright a lie.
Okay.
Blasphemy, right? Not never go so. We all saw the game. Cephas was not involved in Jamaica.
He was involved in the second goal. The first goal came from the right side. The second goal didn't come from the right side.
No, but even the second goal, in what sense did he?
What he's basically saying that who was supposed to stop the play before the ball get to down right before it get crossed. I agree, but you can't say it's a lie. Maybe Presser, hold up, Presser. You can't Presser, hold up. You can't say it's a lie until you analyze it, because the person say you caused the goal. You may have been a contributor to the goal. Causing the goal is a broad statement, right? But you can't say it's a lie, Presser, when if you look at it, he was involved in the first part of the play, not the second part. The second goal had nothing to do with him. So I agree with that. So
the first goal have something to do with him?
Yeah, if you break it down, he was in the play came to the right side of the field where he reacted late.
Okay, but you had Amari Bell there, you had the whole defense.
But Presser, you're missing my point again, Presser. I talk about contribution to the goal being scored. I didn't say he was solely responsible for the goal.
If we're going to think, like, it don't make no sense, because me can look at and say, oh, the striker lose the ball from the opposition 18, so him involved in the team conceding. Like, that's just total nonsense. You have like at least 10 other players or 9 other players behind him.
Presser, I had to tell you this, Presser, it's not nonsense. Presser, everybody who was in that path that may be involved contributes to the goal being scored. It's a team situation, not individual. You can't say that's a lie.
Yeah.
Because then you're saying it's only listen, Presser, checking Presser. Then you're saying only the last man involved in the play is responsible. That's what you're saying.
No, it might be a team situation, as in a domino effect. However, some players bear more responsibility in terms of the defensive side of the game compared to others. If Messi lose the ball inside of the opposition 18 and Inter Miami concede, you gotta say, oh, that was like Messi did involved. Now that no, you had the defensive midfielder.
So I remember a game Chelsea played against who they played against. Hazard was playing on the wing. He didn't track his man. They end up scoring, and Marino went berserk and Hazard, even though his defenders were there to prevent the goal. It does happen, Presser. Because you only need one breakdown in the whole defensive sequence for these things to materialize. Right?
Yeah, but I don't think Cephas was involved in any other goals we can see. But anyways, we might try push back again, right?
Go on, Presser.
We might try push back again.
Go back to the stats. Go back to the stats. You talk about my class in this context.
The stats, right? You have to understand, despite Cephas not being the best performing player at the club level, right?
He's not playing, so he can't be performing. He's not playing, so
yes, but still, he's not playing, so he's not performing, whatever the case is, right? But out of majority of the players in the last 10 to 15, if not 20 games for Jamaica, you cannot tell me that even though Cephas have deficiencies in his game, he is still to some extent our best attacking player, and you cannot take that away from him.
So let's back up. Let's back up. Presser, let's back up for a second. The contention was, what I said was Cephas is an automatic pick. You're saying it's an automatic pick, right?
He is because we don't have better, he is an automatic pick. Okay. That's the truth.
It's a difference in opinion.
How many better wingers can you name me right now that is readily available, that is better than a Cephas? Maybe I can tell you play Tyrese Campbell over Cephas, but you yourself said that you're not convinced by Campbell, right?
Yeah.
I might say play Campbell over Cephas, but let's take Campbell out the equation. Name me any other winger right now that is better than Cephas that you would replace, that can give the same impact as Cephas, even though Cephas have deficiencies in his game.
I think Gray and Bailey give better impact than Cephas.
Cranky, you being serious?
Yeah, definitely.
Stop it. No, come on.
So Cephas, no.
Bailey, who you said?
No. Back up. Presser. Back. No. I'm not gonna hold on. You just said something. Let me respond. You can breathe all high all you want. Let me respond. We're talking about a player who bullies inferior team and who disappears against the big teams. The stats, which you don't like, says that. Make your point.
Barring maybe Demar Agre, who, when he did that perform, we all praise him and whatever the case is, right? But you're telling me that Leon Bailey brings more impact to this national team in games when you yourself said that you've hardly ever seen Bailey play a good game for Jamaica? You're being serious.
Yeah. I'm being serious. And here's why I'm being serious. So Bailey has 14 goal contributions in 39 games. Cephas has, 8 in 25 games? Granted, Bailey has more playing time. Cephas has not scored a goal against Honduras, Guadeloupe, Panama, Trinidad, Curacao, USA. You want me to keep going?
Okay, but let me tell you this, right? In terms of the ability or the level of ability that Cephas is, you have to judge players different in terms of a Cephas and a Leon Bailey who has a higher ability than Ronaldo. Cephas, that's like putting, whom does you know? You put on a like Noni Madueke and expect him to bring the same impact as Bukayo Saka. He might be impactful to some extent, but because of his ability, he's not going to deliver the same as a Bukayo Saka, right? So in terms of Cephas, you might list those games. Maybe Cephas isn't the guy in terms of ability-wise to really perform against those teams. Or maybe it's a case where the coach has to set up a system to allow Cephas to get into space to better be involved with the team in a sense. Because we all know when Cephas face the low block teams or better oppositions, he tends to struggle against other teams in perform. But how many other players even perform against some of the smaller teams, really and truly?
We can't just refute people's perspective just for refuting sake. You're here countering your own argument. You're here making allowances between the capability of both players and put them in different buckets. They're competing for the same. Wait, hold up. But you just keep talking. You're not listening. You can't keep comparing players who are competing for the same spot, then put them in different buckets and say one should produce more because they're a better player. And then you say, why are you picking that player? Is that logical and make any sense?
Cranky, you judge players based on ability.
You judge players based on...
How many small teams Leon Bailey perform against?
Bailey scores against big teams and against small teams. Cephas only scores against small teams.
Bailey has really been
people, the great thing about this, let me just pull the stats. Let me pull the stats, people. Yes, Bailey is under chief for the national team. I've called this out 1,000 times. Okay? This is not new. I've called it out. So if you hear me supporting Bailey because I'm not partial versus Cephas, there's a reason. It's my perspective. You may differ. And people get in normal with Cephas and they don't look at the stats. They look at who he's playing against. All they get in normal is him running from half line and scoring. Or run against Nigeria and scoring 2 friendly games, which don't matter. And we go to the real games, you don't produce. And nobody want to hear that because it doesn't fit their narrative.
So Cephas don't produce in the World Cup qualifying campaign.
Yeah, but he doesn't produce.
Against
wait. Okay, wait. What he did against Trinidad?
But okay,
answer the question, Pressa. Answer the person. But that's my point, you know. The point is that he doesn't produce. He got 2 assists against Bermuda. Bermuda, really?
Listen, who cares about Bermuda when it's a competitive
I
game?
don't, because you know what? Anybody run. Okay. 4 love, 79% possession. Excuse me. Bermuda's a great team. That's what you're saying. Let's go to the Bailey stats. You want some stats? I'm gonna give you what you want. I here to please, you know. Let's go to Bailey stats in terms of the big teams, if we can find it. So Bailey stats. Bailey has scored against Antigua Barbuda. He scored against Honduras. He scored against Mexico. He scored against Trinidad. We don't look for stats. We don't look for stats no more. We don't look for stats no more.
And
Cephas not score against none of the team them were good. None of them. It's not people. I don't come here and run my mouth because I like to run my mouth. I don't come here and talk about stuff which I don't do research on and try to be very thoughtful about how I assess them. You challenge my stats and I should put context. What context do you want, Pressa? Tell me context.
You said that Bailey perform against whichever team, right? All I'm saying that in the last 15 games, I'm not telling you since Cephas in the national team, but at least in the last stretch of 15 games, whether a small team or a big team, Cephas for me has been the most impactful player, and he has been impactful in the World Cup qualifying games. And you might
he's been impactful in the 2 last recent window playing against Bermuda. When we play Trinidad and Curacao, him disappear. When we play with the poor Bermuda side, he has goals and assists galore because they're not good. That's a fact.
But listen, you might say him never score against the USA team, but Cephas was involved in at least Jamaica getting back at least maybe one of the goals in that game.
Yes, he
in the
did.
United
When Gray
States.
scored the goal, he
So-
was the one who took the shot and Cephas saved it, and Gray scored.
Yeah,
Yes.
so to me, that's some
But
form
then
of
you
impact in
denigrate
terms of-
Gray and Bailey. But you denigrate Bailey, but Gray by saying why him do. You're comparing Gray and Cephas
No,
and
but-
Bailey. Wait a minute,
but
and you guys
what are
put
the
Cephas in a
occasions?
different class than Bailey and Gray, which
What
is
are the
heresy.
what are the occasions that Bailey in those games? What was the occasion in terms of? Was it like competitive competitions? Because at least
They
Cephas
are
is
competitive.
competitive
All of Bailey's game that
competitions.
all the games that Bailey's game that I pointed out and we scored in were competitive. Yes. We all agree Bailey has put for the national team like he did that when he was 2 years ago, when he was destroying. This is not about me protecting Bailey and the people. This is not about me supporting Bailey and the people. This is about me just being objective. Let me give you an example. When Bailey said Jamaica for go away, I use the term where it's something they use. They can't nothing for him. I didn't hear Maverick come and say Bailey for go away. I didn't even say Bailey for go away. He said Greenwood for go away, who haven't said a word bad about Jamaica up to now. Him said Greenwood for go away, which is a derogatory term in Jamaica when you're talking to somebody. He didn't say Bailey should go away when Bailey dissed Jamaica. This is me, people using information to provide perspective and not being on any side of the fence, just giving the facts. I'm giving you Bailey facts versus Cephas facts. I'm talking about Maverick. What he said I was doing is that I am being divisive because I said Cephas' game wasn't guaranteed. It's in the context of we have about 6 or 7 wingers. And I say if Mason Greenwood come, and we have Gray, Bailey, and we have Whisper, and we have Dixon, we have Campbell, I don't think Cephas is a sure pick in the team. Maybe in the squad, but he ain't sure starter. Because then you're going to bench Bailey. Wait. You're going to bench Bailey or Gray for Cephas, right? That's what you're saying.
But Cranky, other than Demarager, who plays on that left-hand side, who I believe is a better player than Cephas, I am saying as of right now, who is a better winger than Cephas that will impact the team in the way that Cephas does? That's what I'm asking.
And I'm saying I don't think Cephas impact the team. Wait. So here's the thing. The next window, we're not playing Bermuda. We're not playing St. Vincent. We're not playing St. Kitts. We're not playing Dominica. We're playing Trinidad and Curacao. We're playing 2 decent teams, the 2 top teams in our zone. He hasn't been impactful. He may come and hit the ball of the cover. It's a matter of opinion and perspective. I'm giving you information to help make decisions, and people are complaining that I'm being divisive and I'm being diaspora and I don't like local players. I was the one to come on here and say Cephas and any 10. You remember that, Presser?
Yeah, you can't listen to Maverick, but don't.
No, ask the question. You remember me saying that?
Yeah, I remember you.
Okay.
But the last point I'll make, Maverick did tell a lie. Jamaica never pursued Greenwood before the whole situation because, I mean, why would I pursue Greenwood when the man was playing for England at that time? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's another lie as well. No, Jamaica, nobody never knows that Greenwood play for Jamaica back in that time. After everything kind of come to light and the opportunity was there. So, yeah.
Well, look, I can understand the frustration with the Greenwood situation, but he said Jamaica approached him like vulture. He said Greenwood for go away. He doesn't say that about local ballers. I understand the preference when you're local to like local players. It's no different in any country. Brazil does the same thing with its players. England does the same thing. What I'm saying is this: we need to look at the evidence that we should want the best players on the field, right? The best team gives us the best chance to win. That's all we should want for. We shouldn't be focused on where the players come from because they're citizens. They're citizens. The only thing I can do that Maverick can do in Jamaica is be part of the JFF. I'll be part of the political arena because they have restrictions in terms of how long you have to live in the country. Whatever you can do in Jamaica, citizen Maverick, I can do. So I'm a citizen just like you, but I was born in Jamaica. Right. I appreciate the car, Presser.
Yeah.
Bless up. People, at the end of the day, people, I have no problem. Good afternoon. People, at the end of the day, people, I have no problem. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, who am I speaking to?
You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me.
I'm hearing you now. Who am I speaking to?
You're speaking to Glenn.
Go ahead, Glenn.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm listening to you. As I say, I listen to you. This is the second time I'm calling you.
Okay.
I've been listening to you, and before you have your own YouTube channel. I'm listening to you on management. And this thing that Maverick, you always is not. This is not the first time I hear you. When Maverick say anything about any player from the diaspora, you always come out. It's not the first.
Okay.
And I agree with Maverick 100%.
You say you agree with Maverick? Okay.
Yeah, man, I agree with Maverick, man, because I've been listening all the while.
All right.
And even that that guy that say Miss Pastor. I don't know if he's a real pastor or just use his name Pastor.
Right.
Every time I listen him doesn't want to see not one local base, whether them play here or them play overseas. Him don't want to see none of them on the team.
So you're saying I don't like you're saying I don't like local players. Is that what you're saying? Locally born players.
I think you fall in that bracket too.
Okay. So explain.
Yeah, because I listen talk about the local. Each time them call up a local base player on the team,
right?
You said it's politics, and them have quota on the team, quota.
You don't believe that? You don't believe they do?
No, I don't believe that.
So how does Dixon get in the team? How does Dixon get in the team?
Because him playing football and the coach can offer something to the team. That's why the coach pick him.
In playing football, what do you mean in playing football? Anybody play football? A lot of people play football.
I mean,
you're saying playing football.
He's playing for a team,
right?
And the coach see him have something when he can offer to the team, and him call him to the team,
right? So
and I think he deserves his space in the team.
Based on what? Based on what information? Based on what criteria you're using? What's the criteria for him being in the team? What has he done?
Based on when him come to the national team,
right.
When the coach call him up to the national team, him come on the team and he perform his duty what the coach give him to do.
Which is what's his duty?
What is duty?
Yeah.
Why you asking me what is duty? No, play football. Go there and play football. He play on the wing, and him supposed to go there.
Does he score goals? Does he score goals and have assists? Does he score goals and get assists? Does he score goals and get assists?
But look here, it's not every player on the team gonna score goal or assist. At this time, he may not score any goal at the moment. But when him go there, go play, he leave his all out there on the field, and he tackle, he win the ball, and he pass the ball. I see him set up goal and man don't score because I see him give Bowser a ball. The Bowser supposed to score and he didn't score it. Does
he take his chances when he gets them?
Then even in the last game, he take the shot and the goalkeeper he look and the goalkeeper buttocks and save it and he look on the bar.
Oh, so that's production. Okay. All right.
And the guy that named Pastor, I'm going specific to him. Him said that if King play in the Bermuda game, Jamaica gonna lose. He was there sitting on your program talking that. Said Jamaica gonna lose if King play. And King play and Jamaica win 4. But the thing is, the 1 year is Bermuda. All of the players them that come here play for the side, playing the same team. All of them playing against the same team. And you have plenty of the guys them who come here. We don't call for every day if you play. Come here and them not playing nothing on the field.
Give me an example. Give me an example. We don't just talk on this program. We actually use stats and facts. Tell me the player who come and are producing.
Come here.
Yeah.
And go for the games.
No. Tell me. No. Don't talk at the top of your head. No. Caller. That's not okay. Caller. You can't make claims and things and then you can't substantiate it. Please give me the names of the player who's not producing when they come.
All right. Look here. You have Casey Palmer. Casey Palmer, come here. Because the thing is, I'm talking about what you expect when you call for this.
No. It's what you produce. No. What do we expect doesn't matter. It's what they do.
No, man. No. Look here. When you call for them and say them is big, them is top players.
Right.
And when them come here, them play the same game them you point out. Casey Palmer only produce in the small team them. Anyone a little the Cubas. All of those teams. When him come to the big team, him last out of him last.
Right. So wait. Hold on. No. Caller. You don't watch my program enough. You don't watch my program enough. When you guys come on this program and make your comments without substantive information, without looking at facts, it's disappointing. Go look. Watch my. No. But you called me out. No. Caller. We can't go back and replay what you just saying now. Before you come on the program, we can't go and replay what you saying now. Wait, caller. Let me speak for a second. You've been talking for a while.
You have passed on the program talking some bag of lies and you never stop him. You make him talk and go on.
No.
Didn't stop him.
I told Pastor when he talk about Connor League, I'm not going to stop Pastor. I let him just talk for a while, didn't I? Without interrupting him.
So
right?
when him say Dixon passed the ball 13 times, give the man them and him now mention what the amount else where him lose. You're not stopping me either.
You know why? You know why I didn't challenge the numbers? Because I haven't looked at the numbers. And I can't refute. Wait, you listen now. Here's the difference between you and Pastor. Pastor says it 13 times. I don't look at the number. I don't see the numbers to say they're 13. I know they're probably a decent number. Because I watched the game. Dixon was giving the ball away quite a bit. But when you say some things like this player come and not do nothing, I said, let me pull up the stats for the player. So tell me the player who it is, and I can pull up the stats. All right. I could pull up the Dixon. You know what? Pull up Dixon. I can pull up Dixon stats at Cephas score against. You know what? And I'll do that. Go ahead. I'll pull it up. Go ahead.
The thing is, what I'm saying, he said Cephas make the goal score. The first and second goal. He didn't come.
He said both goals, and that probably wasn't true, as a person pointed out. That probably wasn't true.
No, but when people say you have people in the diaspora that want to see no local base player on the team, you say no go so.
No. I never said no. Back up. Paula, you don't make these blanket statements and don't let me to respond to them.
All right, go on.
You said no, but no go so. Where have you heard me say no go so? I would say this. I would talk about myself. That people say I'm partial and I'm biased, and even my YouTuber the other day talk to say me things me biased against local players. And I've said this numerous times, people. I don't care where you come from. I'm saying if you say it, if you're good enough, you should play. If you are playing a mucker in a Jamaican, if coach you're good enough, you come and play and produce yourself, you should play. Because right now, ain't nobody playing no football to be guaranteed no team in the national team. But go ahead. I'm trying to put up Dixon stats.
But Cranky,
go ahead.
Just like how you're stopping me when somebody come like a person like that gentleman will say him is a pastor. Me say I don't know if him just use the name because when I listen him speak. When him come and talking something when I go so, you are on a program, just like how you stop me, him come from the diaspora, and people are say diaspora, no one see no local, and people have pushed back and say not no go so. When you hear a man like that speak, you're supposed to stop it, man.
When he talked about King, wait. First of all, when he talked about King, what did I say? What did I say about King?
You say when he about the corner league part, you're stopping about the corner league part. Okay. But you didn't stop him any at all when him talk about the goal that the gentleman scored the last goal. You have Lambert Keys there. Him don't speak to Lambert Keys.
No, he wasn't involved in the last goal. Cephas wasn't involved.
King's fault.
Yeah.
Him say King's fault. Him don't bring Lambert Keys and say Lambert Keys is supposed to put pressure on the guy, make him don't get off the shot. Him not say anything. Then him prove to Cephas, say Cephas have something to do with the goal. When Pinnock pick up the ball, enter in the midfield, stop the ball, look, and then pass the ball out the door and give the opponent the ball. That's why them get the two attack we and score. Him not see that. Him don't see that.
That's a fair call out.
Local, none of the players them not fit up on the side. So what that show you say?
No, but Carla, I have to defend myself when you call me out, you know. Right? When you call me out, but you say me partial against local players. No, you alone believe so. Everybody thinks I'm partial against local players.
Look here, man. You running a channel. You're not to be like JD, you know, big man. You're not to be like JD. You're not to be like JD.
When you do understand that. Like
things, no local player and none of them no good, and people just agree, sit down and make them say the things them, and nobody if it dispute and come. That's why you see me, I don't know if you hear me, then call me fisherman. I push back for anytime I hear anybody come and make it seems like no local base. We've been playing at the Premier League. See Warner Brown there. No for did I say Warner when them call up Warner Brown if he in at the team. Warner Brown going at the team and score how much goal. More than some man in at the team how long I play. And him going there and him scoring goal. What you going to tell me say? Warner Brown if he in at the team because him playing at the JPL.
No. I think what Pastor is saying is not without merit, which is this. It's very hard to do a comparison between someone playing in Championship, someone playing in the MLS, someone playing in Premier League, and someone playing the JPL. That's a fair question.
But how much ball are we have playing at the Premier League? How much ball are we have playing at Premier League?
We have a cup. We have what? One probably now.
Oh, how much? One baller we have a playing at the Premier League.
Yeah, we have a bunch playing at Championship.
And the other was the rest of baller them playing at the Championship and down at the next league. Them we are down in the bottom.
By the way, the same league that Maverick says. Wait, no. Dixon playing League 2. Okay, and he comes to Jamaica every window, and he has no goal and no assist in League 2.
But look here, Then you don't have money in the team. We don't have no money in the team now. We don't have no goal from the season start.
In the forward line?
Yes.
Who's that player?
How much goal Tyrese can score from the season start?
I don't know. I think he only has 1 assist, but he plays in the championship, not League 2.
But they don't really. But that is it.
It does, man. It does. And he wait. He plays almost every game. He get game time too. Yeah.
What I'm saying, if a player in the JPL perform like Warner Brown scored 20 at goal for the season,
right?
What you want to tell me? A man who playing at the championship and playing a League 2 or whatsoever league in England, him have to get the preference over the man who scored 20 at goal in the league. Where you say him not going in the national team, can't perform in the national team.
I have never said that. Here's my point on that, which is it. It's very hard to compare two players playing at different levels. It's very difficult to compare because the level of competition matters. It's like you're comparing somebody's performance against Bermuda versus somebody's performance against Trinidad and Curacao. It's night and day. Let's think about Bermuda. Wait, hold up. Let's say Bermuda is the JPL and Trinidad and Curacao are championship. You're gonna really compare their results based on those two leagues?
No, but look here. If I pick a team and put out there, we play in a team, Bermuda come through the same round, come through the same thing that Jamaica play and reach to here.
No, it's not the same team. But they did come through the last round.
Them play and come here. They play and come here to play to qualify for the World Cup. Them put Jamaica in this group. Yeah. Any player that means out there, I don't matter where them play. When them go out there, I expect them to produce. And if me put a player and him come from, if me are the coach and me see a player from the JPL and him go out there go produce, I'm gonna keep on playing him. I don't matter where the next guy play. Because me talking about performance when you come on the Jamaica
but
team.
Dixon's not performing in terms of, look, it's one thing to say the player comes like Dixon, he scores goals and he gives assists and he looks phenomenal. He looks okay. He doesn't look phenomenal. So you're going to justify it versus somebody else who may be just as competitive as him. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Dixon and Tyrese Campbell play for the same team, right?
Yeah.
Right? Tyrese Campbell for Jamaica is playing on that position. They put him on the right, he's a left winger. Right? It's not the same playing on one wing versus the other. Go look at Maverick for Arsenal. They put him on the right wing, left wing, he look lost. They put him on the right wing, he look like the best things in sliced bread. Dixon has outperformed Campbell has outperformed Dixon in his team. He's done the championship, Dixon in League 2. They were both at Charlton. Right? So I'm not saying Campbell is the ball off the cover. I'm saying Campbell hasn't done enough to suggest that he should be the national team. I've said that. I said the same thing about. Here's what you run 12, 30 minutes already. I'll give you 1 more minute. I just said this before you come on. Yeah. Before you say last thing. When I criticize overseas players, you guys just make that pass by. If I say anything against local players, it's all hell break loose. I go watch my last two shows with the midfielders where I call K. Wright Anderson not getting the game time, Russell not getting the game time. Uno no say nothing. Uno no complain. Uno bias. Till it hurts.
Uno bias. Because what I'm saying, every time a local base player get called in at the side, come up and talk about quota, I want to talk about politics in a Jamaica football.
All right, Carla.
That's what we do.
Carla, you get 15 minutes. You get 15 minutes.
This is Jamaica football, and anywhere you play, so long as when the coach call you and you come on the field and perform, I don't business this where you come from. Me no business. You come and you perform. Yeah. Me no care. You call Warner Brown come perform, and it shock out whole heap of Uno. I want to find all type of.
Why you keep saying Uno? Have I said Warner Brown should not be in the team?
Him no score against some big team.
Wait a minute, Carla. Before you go, Carla. What have I said about Warner Brown?
Look, but what I'm saying, when the person them come on and the thing I'm talking about, you must stop them and point out. You're not.
The thing we passed that. The thing we passed is a fair point. I'm not going to dispute that. Yeah.
The pastor is a man when no want to see no local base player, whether I'm a player overseas or Jamaica. He want to see a straight English born players. And when them play with any local or man we born and go over to play, in them say I chew them. That's why the man them from England now play good. That's why that is what them say. Them now when the Englishman them not play good, them now point out to them go out they go do No, them point out the local man them are man them we born here, and that is dog and bias.
All right, Carla. Appreciate the call, sir.
Talk about it.
All right, sir. Appreciate the call, sir.
All right, sir. Respect.
Ah, boy. People are passionate about them football. Let me call back. Good afternoon. Who am I speaking to? Hello. Who am I speaking to?
Oh, truth, I call, man.
Go on, truth. The floor is yours. You like beat me, so go on.
No, I beat them. I support the stand. That's the thing I'm factual, you know, man. What I say is that these callers that are calling in, man, they are too emotional, and I'll make some silly points off of emotions, right? So let me talk with. All right, before me even start with my point, right? I have nothing against Cephas nor Dixon. I think that they do offer something to the team, and therefore they can be used in the team. So let me say that first and foremost. You know? No, first I say, who in our team, which winger Jamaica have that is better than Cephas? I'm like, really? Demar is better than Cephas. Leon Dale is better than Cephas. Norman Campbell is better than Cephas. Whisper is better than Cephas. What is he talking about? There are so many players that are out there that is better on an overall performance than Cephas. Cephas is a one trick out of the hat, right? And if it game now work that way, there, he no make no purpose. He no send no purpose. And matter of fact, he's a liability to the team as well because he has a problem where he likes to take the ball, all upon it, and
Truth. 1 second. Let me ask you first, because this is important. Where are you located? Jamaica or outside Jamaica?
Yeah, Jamaica with them, man.
Okay, good. So, because we have to now, I'm going to ask the question people call in because it's very funny the view, which is it's the people in Jamaica who are all focused on local, and people overseas don't like local. And I don't think that's the case. But go ahead.
Guys, of course that's not the case. But then again, the news and emotions, I make judgment, right?
Yeah.
No. The next thing again too with Ravel, this Ravel trade, right? Everybody say, yo, Ravel or anything. That don't make no sense to me. You know why it don't make no sense to me? Because Ravel is not fit enough to play in the team. Ravel slows down the game. Ravel cannot play with Aiden because then two of them will not have the legs to play at the midfield. So therefore, you're calling for a player that doesn't complement the team and you have to play against the teams that we have in front of us, Trinidad, Curacao. Those are going to be high games, you know, and Ravel is not fit. The last time Ravel was fit, and we can say fit was basically in DC United, right? When he played for DC, he was somewhere there fit. But even in that time period, he was struggling. You know, Ravel said at that time period, him give credit to Speedy, because Speedy was doing the running for him. So when me and them want to talk, them not analyze football, them talk about emotions and how them view players. You cannot view the team. So as what got me to the team, we're going to basically play against sides and we're going to lose and we're going to sit on our yard and watch them go World Cup and we're going to watch World Cup from our yard.
Let me say this before you go with the Ravel situation. I can understand the idea that he may not be as fit as the dad and say slow the game down. But we don't control games, especially against a better midfield. We are at wash. So if he's in the middle and get 30 minutes, 25 minutes, he can make a big difference. He can relieve the pressure in the midfield significantly. Even slowing down the game is a good thing sometimes because we don't really play the traditional transition counter-attacking football with any sense of purpose to it. We do it, but it's all over the place. It's not like we have a strategy, which you win the ball, it goes to this person inside, it goes out to Cephas, he goes out the wing and cross it. We don't have that structure in place to say we play enough counter-attacking football with the structure to allow it to be seamless and as effective as like it to be. So Ravel helps to slow the game down, to get the players involved. He always wants the ball, which is an imperative. He always wants the ball. He not run from the ball.
I agree with you. Okay. All right, so that's the thing. So I'm balanced now. I agree with that totally, that he does offer something. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Where's music coming from? Is that me or you? Sorry.
6 full-size Passions.
Uh-oh. I know where that's coming from. Hold on.
The Lexus TX. 3
Some advertisement for Lexus. Give me one.
A car that doesn't
I'm trying to delete all of these things here. I don't see anything.
It's a car that stops short of amazing.
I have no idea what that means. Hold on. Give me a second.
You could have some background open.
Yeah. And it's go ahead. I don't know what happened.
All right, so I don't have a problem with Rebel being a team. You know what I'm saying is the mindset that the fans have. Then no matter what situation Rebel is in, they just want him to be there. That's what I'm saying. No.
True.
Right.
Like their favorite baller. Yeah.
That is my problem. Make the assessment based. Say if Rebel know then first division, right? If him go over there now and start play and get some inside and belt and him start perform, all right, I can see that he can be in the team. I have no problem with that. But I'm saying, having the mindset that, it don't matter what them do. It don't matter if them fit. It don't matter if they run 5 minutes and they start drop down. Put him in a team. That is
it don't matter if they're on the beach. Have that me.
Exactly. It don't make no sense. Right? It don't make no sense.
Now, I understand what you're saying, but here's the question for you, true the truth, which is, I can understand your view, and it makes a lot of sense, but the question you got to ask yourself is, do we have better? That's the first thing you ask yourself, do we have better? Do we have more impactful players? Because if we don't have better, the question is, well, why not?
All right, so if we're going to talk about technical ability, I think Ravel has great technical ability, right? But at the same time, you have to look at the pace of the game. You have to look at basically how he fits in the team with the players that are around him. No, we can allow a player that maybe is not so fit in the team, you know.
But true that truth, Messi don't look fit to me, but go ahead. Messi don't look fit to me. Walk out the whole game.
No, the thing is, but that's the thing. Let's talk about Messi a little bit, right? We're not straight up it, right? You know that Messi, because Messi is not a player that is going to be tackling and winning balls like that. He tries, but he's not that type of player.
Right.
Even Argentina put players around Messi to protect him,
Right.
We are going to bully you, So that's how I say you have to compliment the team. You can't make a team and the man not compliment each other. Aiden cannot do so much running. Ravel can't do so much running. So I got me to midfield. Them going to every second ball.
But true that truth. I mean, Russell runs, but where does he run?
I agree with Russell being that team.
But I'm saying they call Russell all the time. Russell has 5 goals, and 1 assist for Jamaica, and he scored in big games, right? So there's a balance there. People talk about Cephas, I think unseen project that Ravel has 2 goals in 18 games. Ravel plays midfield and over the midfield. Cephas has 2 goals in 25 games. He has 6 assists. Go look who the assists are against. So when we try to use stats to compare, we got to be very careful when we compare those stats, comparing midfielders to forwards, for example. That's not fair comparison.
That's what me I said too. Yeah. All right, exactly. Again, I'm gonna go talk about, because remember, all right, for me, I'm not. You stand up. You said the same thing. You stand for the same thing. I'm watching a show. You're not biased when you come on to players, right? Me not get that from you at all, right? Me not biased when you come on to players. I don't care where them come from. I'll say Jamaica, me there. Me not care where them come from. Me not care. We just want to say them perform, right, and that they make sense on the team. That's all me care about. Warner Brown come in and him play a good, call him back again. If him injure and drop out, he might get some time to get back to par. When him start back on par, if I play better, call him back again. Right. I don't care where you come from, right? We want to win and go World Cup. The best players play, regardless, right? But them man are just emotional. Them have attachment to players, and them want for them play in a team, even if you not compliment the team. You get me? I say? Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to say, all right, play that man on the right wing. And the man not assist none at all in defending the team. And the team has struggled with a right back. Yeah. The right back has struggled, and you want to play a man that is good going forward, but offers nothing at all defensive. We're going, so I go do it, they must say, okay, he's not good. This man help out at all. Let's double team that man is not good. And most of the time, them going to score from that same wing. This is ABC football, bro. ABC football.
Yeah.
And that's what they've been playing Jamaica for quite some time. Because guess what? Even back then, a lot of Jamaica, the goals that Jamaica conceded was conceded under what? The right wing.
Yeah, that's where yeah. Right. Well, the left wing for the other opposition, the right wing for the right side for us. Yes. Yeah. Right. They know this. The coach told them something. Okay, the defender is not that good, and the man that is playing on the wing is not going to come back to help. And so you put 2 players on him and see. I'll go run him wreck. When him get tired with us, knock it round him and just go score. Crazy, yo. Yeah. And I mean, them man now makes football and then just love calling, love show them emotions and attack and argue. Come on, man. Grow some, have some sense of the game and think about the team on a holistic standpoint. That's all I'm have to say. All right, sir. Thanks for the call, sir. Appreciate it. Good call. Yeah. All right. Let me call back this person. Ah, boy.
Kranky.
Yeah, go ahead. See, the floor is yours, sir. The floor is yours. Make a case.
Hold on. I'm going to pause this thing because I don't want it to come in the feed. All right, so I'll pause it. All right, so the caller, I came in a little bit late. I listened to the caller a while ago. Looking at reading some of the comments. But I disagree with the caller with the Cephas utterance, and I agree with him with the Ravel Morrison. Well, what he said about Ravel Morrison.
Why am I not surprised?
I don't know. Can you saw my videos? Maybe you saw my videos.
No, because you're partial. You're biased.
Oh, okay. Why you say I'm biased?
Because I hear you talk about Cephas. I hear you talk about other players. You never, you're like Maverick, who called me out this morning. That's why I have the show. Maverick called me out, say I'm biased. I'm from the Diaspora, and I'm basically anti-local players. And I tried to wait. Let me say no. The truth just called, who's been watching me and give me a hard time sometimes. He said that's not true, but that's okay. Here's the thing: what I do, I try to use facts to substantiate my position. How many goals and assists does Cephas have for his club team?
I think you say it a while ago.
No. But if you're supporting a player,
I didn't do anything.
You sound like Maverick. You sound like Maverick.
Well, listen. You ask a question and me answer you.
Okay.
Truthfully, correct? Do you want me to tell lies?
No, but here's my disappointment with you, Auntie, because you have a YouTube channel, right? Here's my disappointment with you. Before I come on this channel, I do my homework. I don't support a player unless I do all my homework, and I won't have all the facts, but as much facts as possible before I start talking about a player. If you say Cephas should be the national team and he's a guaranteed start and he should be there, the question is, make the case for him to be in the national team. Based on his club form and his national form. Yes.
I didn't do any research on him for, have the correct numbers then. But I can recall, based on memory and watching games, what Cephas has done by the national team over the last 10 games. He's one of our most productive wingers in the team.
Right.
Isn't that so, Cranky?
Yes, that is so. We go.
Okay.
Wait. But there's a caveat to that. But go ahead. There's a caveat to that.
He makes some mistakes.
No, not just a mistake. Not just a mistake. The stats, the same stats you're quoting. We can go to the stats because I love stats. I think stats.
No, man, you can't die. Just
so
tell
Cephas
us
this year.
I don't have the right.
So Cephas plays 176 minutes in total.
For Jamaica?
For club football. 176.
No, I want to talk about Jamaica.
No. I'm giving you the holistic picture, people. Let's talk about part and half, and we talk about the whole thing.
No. That is the problem. Your stats is not with context.
But I'm gonna give you context. So I haven't done talking. If you stop interrupting me, I'm gonna give you the information. So let me finish, and then you can jump in. Right? If you're playing for a national team, people, this is very important. You have to have a selection criteria to pick your players. Most organizations I know utilize your club form to determine if you should be a national team. If you're playing in the JPL, for example, how are you going to get the national team unless they use the JPL information to inform their view about you playing in the national team? How can they do it otherwise? Right? If you're Joshua Hanglin, who plays almost every game and played more minutes than any other player in the national team right now, frankly, for his club team, Mount Pleasant, if you're playing, right? If you're playing, then that's what the base, whatever the criteria is for that league, that's the basis to judge whether it should be the national team or not. Correct? Unseen?
Yeah, correct.
So I look at Cephas' club team information. He has 176 minutes of a possible about 1,000. So he's not playing much. He has no goals and no assists for the entire season so far in about 11 games. Those are facts, right? Can't be disputed. Unless transfer market is wrong. Let's go to his national team contribution. So Cephas don't have any club basis to say he should be national team. None. Zero. He got zero. He's like Latiberdier. Wasn't paid this season. He has no basis to be national team. If I go up to his form for the national team, in total, since he's been playing for the national team, he has 2 goals and 6 assists. So then what I do is I parse that information. I don't just take the raw numbers. I parse the information. Who did he score against? When did he score? Where's assists are with? He has scored 2 goals, 1 against St. Vincent, 1 against Bermuda. He has played against Guatemala, Guadeloupe, Panama, Trinidad, Curacao, USA, Honduras, Nicaragua in that time period. He's also played against Venezuela in the Copa. We just talk about his career. He ain't scored against no team rank inside the 100, as far as I know. No team. Let's go to his assist number. Wait. Let's go to his assist number. I'm going to give you facts. Because we talk facts here. We just run them out like Maverick, just like for talk, and we have no basis to quantify or substantiate the position. I use facts. His assist. Dominican Republic, Dominica, wonderful. 2 against Nigeria in a friendly in the Unity Cup, 1 against Bermuda, 1 against Bermuda, 2 against Bermuda. So 2 Bermuda, 2 Nigeria, 1 Dominican Republic, 1 Dominica. No US, no Honduras, no Nicaragua, no Guadeloupe, no Panama, no Trinidad, no Curacao. What are we talking about? And he's guaranteed to be in the national team and be a starter. What are we talking about?
But the question then to you is that who is better than him right now?
But that wasn't the question. The initial question was.
I am asking you.
So let's go to that now. We supposedly have about 6 wingers, right, to choose from.
Right.
We have Cephas, we have Dixon, we have Whisper, we have Campbell, we have Bailey, we have Gray. The narrative I'm hearing from Jamaica, in a lot of different form I've been in, Cephas, Jamaica, local Jamaica. That's what I'm talking about. Local Jamaica. I've heard them. On more than one radio station. Cephas, Dixon, and Whisper are guaranteed to be the national team. Which means if you carry 4 wingers, Campbell, Bailey, and Gray have 1 slot to choose from. Right? Mm-hmm. Does that make sense to anybody? Does that make sense? Or is that a local bias which you guys don't want to admit to?
I think the rubric that you are using is one of which top teams with quality uses. In Jamaica, I think Steve McLaren have some different ways where he use select players, not the ones that we like, because he pick players because they add something to the dressing room. Like you say, Michael Antonio making the team because of dressing room. I think maybe even Damian Lowe as well made the team because of that as well, because he's not playing any football. You understand me? So in terms of the rubric where you use him of different stuff, like look at even Bowser. When Bowser, is in the squad, not because of what he's doing at his club. Cephas not doing a lot at his club neither, but he is doing well for the national team. There's no other winger that is adding numbers like him.
So it's unfair to judge Bailey and Gray, who have not had a chance to play in the last 2 windows, right? It's not even a fair comparison and a fair assessment. They haven't had a chance to pad their stats against Bermuda. Cephas has 1 goal and 2 assists against Bermuda. They haven't had a chance, and he scored from half line. Whisper scored from half line. Which other game do we play where people run from half line and score? We are using inferior opponents as the primary basis to ascertain whether another player should be a guaranteed starter. My conversation yesterday on KLAS, was this. I don't think Cephas is a guaranteed starter in the national team. I don't think he's a guaranteed starter. There are other things you have to assess to see whether it's Gray, Bailey. I don't even put Campbell in the mix because I haven't necessarily think Campbell has done enough, frankly. I don't think Dixon should be in the national team, given the availability. If you can pick between Whisper, so who would be your 4 wingers? Let me ask you this before you go. Who are your 4 wingers? I gave you 6 or 7. Who's your 4 wingers?
All right. So for me, Cephas is the first one I'm going to call on the list. 1 is because of his performance for the national team.
Okay.
The second one, I would, we have to bring Demar Gray, we have to bring Leon Bailey. So that's what 3.
Yep.
Well, on the next spot, if a 4 may have, so between Campbell, Dixon, and
Whisper. So who would you bring?
Yeah. So for me, why the Whisper me I pick still?
And when I said that I don't think Dixon should be in the national team, I got beaten yesterday by Maverick and others about me being divisive and me being diaspora focused. Bailey's not diaspora, right? Whisper is not diaspora, right? Campbell is and Gray is the only 2 diaspora wingers in. There's 6 wingers 4 of them locally produced. Even though Bailey may spend more time overseas.
You're saying
right?
it wrong. Local based players that are playing overseas.
No. When we say local players, people know what I mean. Local means locally born, right? When we say local, we mean locally born. The diaspora are not the ones who are playing overseas, the ones who are born overseas. That's the demarcation between the 2. Only Gray and Campbell are overseas. Dixon, Whisper, Bailey, and Cephas are locally born. So are we saying we're going to bring Whisper, Dixon, because I'm hearing now, Whisper, Dixon, and Cephas are guaranteed, so we're going to drop Bailey or Gray? Really? Are we going to drop Campbell?
No, you're not going to drop them. You're not going to drop them.
So how are they going to get in the team if you have 23 men and only need 4 wingers? Let's not bring no 6-7 wingers when we only are bringing 2 midfielders. Let's not do that nonsense.
That is the thing. That is the thing. Based on your question they asked me,
yeah,
that's what I would pick. But I know that the coach may add another winger. Because him now gonna drop Dixon.
So you're gonna bring 5 wingers and how much forwards now?
Yeah, because
madness,
he's not going to bring.
madness.
No, hold on, man.
Madness.
He's not going to bring any additional attacking midfielder. He's going to use either Gray or Bailey in the middle of the park.
Okay, so he's going to compensate for that by satisfying certain desire for certain players. You're saying.
All right. So who is the midfielder that should come in and replace those 2 injured midfielders?
I think we have Daniel Johnson. I think we have Tyrese Hall. You may go back to Ravel. I don't know who they want to bring in, but there are other people out there. And by the way, you guys keep supporting Dixon. Tyrese Hall plays in the same league Dixon plays in. Go look at their stats. Tyrese Hall plays in the same league Dixon's playing in League 2 for Crawley Town. He has no goals and no assists.
You keep on calling other players out when I have not even. They never have a game for Jamaica yet before.
No, I know. Wait. Big game. When what is Dixon doing in big game in League 2? What are we talking about? Let's be fair.
No, we're talking about the country, my friend. We're talking about that game versus Trinidad and Tobago.
No, you're conflating. You're conflating 2 positions. You're conflating midfield, and all of a sudden we start moving players out of position to satisfy other players. That's what we're doing.
No, but Bailey played before and Paul.
Did we carry Seymour Reed the last time? Wait. Did we have Seymour Reed in 23 the last time?
Yes, but Seymour Reed was
wait. Was it World Cup qualifiers and big games?
Of course, it was big games.
So we can't have it. We can't have it both ways. We can't have it both ways.
But a lot of people talk about it. That's not my doing. Okay. I wouldn't carry him.
Okay.
I don't agree to it. But I see what the coach I try to do. We not agree to it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I don't agree to it, Cranky. Cranky, the question is, how do we create a balance then in terms of, you have players that are not most of the time for your country is going to perform at club. But your thing is, if they're not perform at club, they're not should be in this.
No, that's not my thing. My thing is, I want a fee. First of all, I want to know what the selection criteria is. That's the first thing, which I don't know. Right? We just pick players based on what I don't know. Second, we have to pick players based on form. Now, if nobody's on form, if nobody plays for the club, then you have to go with some other criteria for the selection. But let's be consistent about we select players. Let's not just say let's select a player sometimes, because some players are selected because they're locally born. Let's not denigrate or belittle a player who born overseas and say he's playing in an idiot league, so he shouldn't be considered for the team, when our player who are born locally is in the same league. Maverick said that this morning. I mentioned Tyrese Hall. He said an idiot league, a bush league. Dixon playing in the same bush league and can't score a goal like get an assist. This is not about beating Dixon. Wait, it's not about beating any player. It's about trying to use information to be fair in our assessment. That's all.
Yeah, but Cranky, some of the time when people talk, say it not carry weight. Some of the argument don't make it not carry weight. Okay. So you can look at it and say, sure, that out of the picture, man. But at the end of the day, though, Cranky, you know what I don't like?
Yeah.
If a player made the team and there's no merit to back it. You have people want to bring in their favorite player,
right, with
no merit to back it, but they use that reasoning to say Steve McLaren brought in, say for example, a Pinnock, not Pinnock, the striker who got injured. His name is Antonio, right?
Right.
You bring in Antonio then, for example. So you have, let me call him. You have people like Issa Allen, right? Who will say them thing there. And use it as example, say, all right, this is why they want Ravel Marshall to be in the squad. Oh, okay. Isn't that too negative?
Yeah, no, look, I'm a Ravel supporter. I was watching videos on Ravel today, people. I watched a lot of Ravel video because I'm just trying to, and when I watch a player play, I'm like, figure out how to get the player in the team. We don't have none of that. We don't have a player who slow the game down, speed the game up, make a 30-yard pass and a dime, go by people like them can't play football, even when they say no fit. Me watch him play with Jamaica against Qatar yesterday. Watch him Jamaica in DC. Me watch enough video, enough players, Me watch videos of K. Ryderson. The Qatar, they're a few years ago. I don't have any recent videos. That's the problem. I don't have any recent videos.
Okay.
Right? I don't have any recent videos. I'm trying to get recent, but I don't have recent videos.
You talk about recent form though. Like, tell me what is going on.
Yeah. But there's a difference between. So here's the thing. Lowe is not playing any football, but he's in the national team, right?
You see a star use the same example.
But I'm just giving you an example.
I am not the coach. I did not agree with that.
Okay, fine. No, the point I'm trying to make is this: is that I want consistent criteria for non-selection or for selection. That's all. If it's consistent, we can all live with the outcome. The problem that we have is divisiveness, and we have this situation because We have no idea what the selection criteria is. We see Busy Atkins in the Gold Cup squad, and where's Busy Atkins now? No squad, no call, nobody not say nothing. He comes up midfield, he's a winger. The kid get pulled out of position. He makes him look bad. That's not the kid's fault. The kid has been put in a situation which is unfamiliar to him and was unfair to the kid. But if you mention his name, people say you're fighting local players.
So Cranky, so basically the problem is because of how the coach selecting things. So him cause all of this.
Because the coach doesn't look. I don't talk about the coach because I get tired talking about the coach. I would never select him for the job. He hasn't done a good job. He hasn't been working hard. I said this. He hasn't invested in himself. He doesn't spend any time making sure he can identify the players, what they're doing, how they're doing. It's very obvious, right? He's a reactive coach, not a proactive coach. He can't coach my team. Sorry. Can't coach my team.
All right, Cranky. Give somebody a chance.
Yeah, man, bless up. I got a lot of calls. Let me call these people back, actually. Oh, that's too late. CC. Good afternoon. Somebody just called me, but had to get cut off. I'm gonna close down soon, people. I was gonna watch the Leeds West Ham game now. That's not gonna happen anymore. That's over with. I'm just trying to see. Hey, CC, if you dare call me back, I'm gonna close on the program soon. I'm gonna say this, people. I get the reason why I had this program today because I have to defend myself, right? I heard Maverick on this program calling me out for creating divisiveness between local and diaspora. Nobody does that better than Maverick. He will say the Cephas and Dixon are committed and the other players are not committed because they're from overseas. There's so much things that he has said in the past which are so... Yeah, go ahead. Who am I speaking to?
Coach. Not McLaren. Not McLaren.
What else is it?
Hey,
but I call you out the public. You dump me, no, my youth. You dump me, no. You dump me. I mean, no, you dump me. I mean, can't understand why you dump me, but you dump me. But go ahead. Are you brought me out to know? Are you causing something here now? Are you brought me out to know? Are you brought me out to know? Are you put me in the environment here now? Are you made me get beaten now? Of your fault? Are you may I blame?
Cranky, we don't have that conversation. Remember tell you what me call to talk about.
Go ahead.
I call to talk about the divisiveness that is taking place.
Okay.
And it is something that I don't think we're going to get rid of. Because as Unseen said just now, you have different segments of the team that are interested in having their favorite players on the team. So there's always going to be that conversation.
True.
And I hear you guys talk about the criteria, how we pick the players. And if we really go by a strict criteria, then we probably don't have a team because some players are not producing, some players are not having game times. So it's going to be very difficult to go by a strict criteria.
Right.
I remember whenever it comes on to club versus country, it still is a little bit different. A player might not be doing well at country, but do well at the club and vice versa. So it is something difficult, but the divisiveness will always continue, especially with the plethora of YouTube channels that are out there discussing the matters. Persons are going to go by their favorite players. Persons are not going to be, what you'd call it, reasonable in putting out what they have to say. So it is one of those things. It seems like a nice conversation. Sometimes it's annoying, sometimes it's boring, but it's a conversation that I believe will never go away when it comes on to Jamaica's football.
Look, that's a fair and a balanced perspective, and I can understand why, but I think we have an obligation, to help manage that conversation, right? To help dissuade some of that negativity. I get accused of being favorite for overseas-based players or born players versus local. I've always said that I want the best team to play. Some people don't hear that, because if you criticize local players, they get perturbed and upset. I'm trying to use a combination of the eye tests plus the stats to inform how I would assess these players. I called in Kalis yesterday. I said, I don't think Cephas' game is guaranteed. Not to say he shouldn't be in the squad, and all hell break loose. Maverick called me out this morning in his program, saying I'm creating divisiveness. And I point to the stats to say, when I look at Cephas' numbers, yes, he looks good in the last window, But when you dig deeper into those stats, you walk away saying, wow, this is not what I expected. Given the information around the player, given the views around the player, how he's being lauded, I look at the information and say, we need to take a deeper dive into this. This may not be reflective of how the player is actually contributing to the team and what we need. And if people are going to tell me they're going to throw away Gray and throw away Bailey, and you know my situation with Bailey in the past, versus Dixon and a Cephas and a Whisper, I'm going to say, guys, take a check. Back up. We're comparing apples and oranges sometimes. Right? Go ahead.
Well, let me ask a question. Was the comment of you being divisive because they know who you are and where you are?
Well, no. I mean, Maverick know where I am because I called this program twice a long time ago. He gave me the nonsense meter one time because I mentioned something about Diaspora and money to Jamaica. He lost his mind and gave me nonsense meter. So I don't call back his program. But I wanted to call back this morning because I called somebody to give me his number to call him to defend myself. Because when I called the program yesterday, I was saying I don't think Dixon, given what he's done for the national team or with his club, deserve to play over other players who are available, right? We have 6 positions we have 4 positions and we have 6 people available, and we may have 7 if Greenwood changes his mind. And the question is, you got to drop somebody. So we're saying we're going to take Whisper, and I heard out here, coach, is Dixon, Whisper, and Cephas has to be in the team. So you only have 1 slot left. And so you want to carry 5 wingers, which will make no sense to me. So then you have to drop either Bailey or Gray. Campbell is gone by default. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me. If you look at the stats and you look at the history of the players and where they're playing and how they're playing, it doesn't make any sense to me. That's just my view. I mean, someone could differ. I can understand them have a different opinion, but that was my opinion. And then when I called me out and said me divisive, I mean, I create this. When I played today, his divisiveness, beating YouTubers and then supporting YouTubers. Right? Him say YouTube, him not go to stadium, call YouTubers, them this and them that, and him walk out of the room when him ask question. And then he's chastising traditional media because he's saying them I disrespect YouTubers. Make your mind up. Right? So that was all it's about. I had the program here is all about me responding to him and having a conversation. Which is and by the way, coach, when I was doing a program, I see a program about each segment of the team, right? The midfield, the wingers first, then the midfield, I'm gonna do the forwards. And I showed where Russell not playing any football, coach. As you said, K right now playing on football. They're not getting no game time. I'm like, so we shouldn't be surprised they come to the national team and they struggle because they not get the game. As you know, game time is different from practice. They're getting no game. You look at Russell's numbers in terms of his club for what's his name called Barnet, what he plays for, and you look at K Roy for Charlton. He doesn't make a lot of match day squad. He gets limited minutes, and you're like, how can they come to the national team and perform at their best when they're not getting any game time? So some people say, well, Cranky, what's your alternative? And I said, well, Daniel Johnson getting game time. Oh, he's playing for one of the lower teams in the Turkish league. He's playing in the highest league in Turkey, which have the Osmans of the world and the Sanis of the world playing in that league. He's playing 90 minutes every game. He's getting goal and assists. He's played for Jamaica and is not being a terrible player. He's been a decent player, a good player. You have Tyrese Hall, who's playing for Notts County, same league that Dixon's playing in. He's got 4 goals and 1 assist, and he plays midfield. Dixon plays forward, has no goal, no assist. The kid just come to them, wasn't playing early, playing more now. Every time he play goal, him score a goal, I'm have assist. And we're saying, oh, a bush league. That's what Maverick's saying, I'm playing a bush league. Maverick doesn't do any research. Maverick just talks on top of his head without having the substance to inform what he's talking about. It's very obvious. So that's why I'm saying that conversation can't go away and will not go away because everybody have their opinion, and once they give an opinion, there's always somebody who pretty much can actually disagree with it and bring some sort of substantial evidence to go against it and probably rub it out, so to speak. So right.
I mean, like you said, it is good that we break that shell of divisiveness because I don't think it is good for the football unless we are thriving off the negativity surrounding the football.
Look, that's a great point you're making. It's a great point you're making, which is I think YouTubers have an obligation, like I said, to have managed and improve that narrative, right? I think I'll give you an example, coach. I beat Russell a lot because I think he scored 5 goals and 1 assist and he scored against big team, unlike Cephas, by the way. And I still don't think he contributed enough to the midfield. He leave the midfield exposed. Nobody complains if I beat Russell. Nobody complains, right? I said Campbell hasn't done enough. He hasn't proved himself enough. He's getting a few opportunities. He hasn't really grabbed the opportunities. nobody says anything. If I ever say Cephas need to make better decisions, all hell break loose. We can't be like that. Right? We can't be like that. I used to say Cephas and any 10, you know. Cephas and any 10, and I change my narrative over time. I'm seeing more and more, and I'm like, I gotta question this. You don't turn up against the big teams. You're not playing well against the big teams. Your game can't be guaranteed every game unless you. And when you have Bailey and Gray here, your game can be guaranteed. Now they may not have played as well as we like, especially Gray more recently, but they're players who have played at the highest level. They're good players and they can contribute. So I think it's a little bit unfair to say everybody in Diaspora don't like local players and vice versa. I think we should come up with a balanced approach. And as you're saying, we have to better control the narrative.
Yeah, but in truth and in fact, Cranky, it is a favoritism that cause this conversation too, you know, because people have their favorite, the locals have their favorite, the diaspora have their favorite, and most times, possibly where you reside, that is where you're gonna have your favorite, and vice versa might have their favorite, but the negative part of it always, you know, come up to the surface like oil upon water. So it is one of those things that kind of it never go, because even when you look on you supporting your Bush team from over London there, they have people who support a particular type of player in the team, and you support a particular type of player.
Right.
So the same thing when it comes on to the national team. I don't see the difference. But the only thing is that because Jamaica team kind of have an option to pick from two places.
Right. True.
And that is what caused the whole discussion and debate. It can happen, you know. You see, once we keep it respectful, I think it can happen. There's a place for it. But I don't know if Jamaicans are mature enough like that to keep it respectful, you know?
Yeah, no, it's a fair point. Look, I think locally based people are more partial to locally based players. That's not a Jamaica thing. If you hear people in England talk about Miles Lewis Kelly and Saka and all of them, you reached that. If you hear Brazil talk about their players who are local and Brazil the entire team overseas, it's the same concept, right? What I'm asking for is some people to try to be as impartial as you can be, given your bias. And as you're saying, the people overseas are much more thinking more holistically, I think, because they don't have the affinity and the proximity to those players who they watch in the JPL every day, watching schoolboy football 24/7. They're not there in the narrative 24/7, so they may not have the same association and the same connectivity. So the bias may be a little bit less for the local players versus overseas players. That's the way I view it. Because if you're local and you see somebody every day and you like their game, you have an affinity for them more than somebody who plays remotely and you don't know and just came to your country and become naturalized. Yeah, that is true. And that's why I made that point, because it is human tendency too. So definitely something like that will occur. So I mean the conversation, like I said, can be held, but it has to be done in a controlled, in a mature manner, because sometimes we spew some things that not really good for the ear sometimes, to be honest. That is true. That is true. So that is true. And sometimes people try to win a point and they say some things where, you know, not because me not disagree, me not agree with you, me and you can't have a civil conversation. And I think that's important, that I always believe you use logic to make your point and win your argument versus the more aggressive way of trying to do it, because I agree with you, I dismiss you. If you make a good point, you should acknowledge the person made a good point. Right? The person make a good point, you make a good point, and you try to counter it. Yeah. It's not about just winning the argument. It's trying to have a perspective which can stand up to scrutiny. Right, like the conversation you were having with the caller. I don't remember his name, but he was talking about Ravel slow down the game. True, the truth. Yes. You made a point, and he said he agreed with you, and you know he came back and saying that it's not like he doesn't want him in the team, but it is what he's doing or what he has to offer to the team. So these conversations like those, you know? Yeah, no, I agree. The truth, there's a very thoughtful caller. When he calls about certain things, he called me on a couple of things which he was right about, and some things which I agree with. But as you're saying, we can agree to disagree. Yeah, definitely. So, man. I mean, we'll never forget get out of this, like I said. We sound like a scratch record. I repeat the same thing. But the reality of how Jamaicans are. When we come like Winston Griffiths, when we depend on a topic, we have to ride it. Yeah,
It
yeah,
never
yeah,
go
yeah,
away.
yeah,
You see me?
yeah.
So that's one of them things. But that me call to contribute to the
Yeah,
conversation. Big up yourself.
yeah, man. Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
Bless up. All right, people. May I take one more call and we close on the program because I didn't expect to be on this long. Actually, it's about over 2 hours now. These things seem to take on life of their own. I see CC saying when Hayden joined, he had 0 games and 0 stats. Yes, I think he was looking for a club from Newcastle, and we had no CDM, so we had to get a CDM. And part of the reason why that we're a little bit different, CC, is that he's a Premier League player for most of his career. He started at Arsenal. Those players can get a little more allowances than the player who may not have the same pedigree. Go ahead, T-God.
Hey, good day, sir. How you doing?
I'm
Are you
doing
hearing
well.
me?
Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm just here when you guys talking. I'm just looking at minutes, cuts and all these things. You understand? Kyle Dixon play 506 minutes for Crawley Town, while Tyrese Hall play 606 minutes, play 12 match of 5 goals. You understand? And while Kyle Dixon, nothing at all. You look on his stats, no effect on the game, nothing at all. So I don't know the argument I go on right now.
Well, I think some people say that's an idiot stat and we should use those stats. I don't know what they want us to use. Them say an idiot stat, an idiot thing that make no sense. By the way, Maverick called League 2 Bush League, right? Yeah, exactly.
So, yo, I was on a program, and somebody was saying that the fall of Jamaica drop on Bermuda is nothing to force to get excited because Bermuda is no team and everybody have beat up Bermuda. But the best players the players who them are called for, only they shine again. Bermuda, the nobody team.
Yeah.
It's nobody team that shine against them. And then what they have big stars. You understand? So I don't know what they want. I don't know what they want. You understand? I don't know. They give up. They give up with the fan base. And honestly, we just give up with the fan base because I don't know what they want. You understand? I don't know what they want. We want the best players on the field at all times. The best players on the field at all times. You understand? We can't pick and choose players our favorite. It's the best players and what they are doing. Or they can change the game. But that's the Rasta. But Cranky, you can't have them good show here and talk about run off them better because a lot of
No,
people
I've been on since 2 o'clock. CC, T-Guys, 2.5 hours. What about T-Guys? At 2.5 hours, you're late. You're typical Jamaican. Typical Jamaican, you're late.
No, but look what they even late. Now watch. Look what people are watch. And everybody's enjoying.
I can't sit down here for 4 hours. No, I can't do that. I'm tired. And when you get beaten, after time, you get more tired quicker, you know.
All right, boss. Go on,
bless. Yeah, man,
all right.
bless. I'm for this all day. Let me call back CC, because he call me. Me have to call CC first. CC is also my right. Tycoon, wait a minute, Tycoon, hello? Tycoon get cut off. Tycoon, call back CC first. All right, CC, you're late. Tycoon, you're not come through. Someone press on it, click out, and say CC. All right,
yeah,
CC. Yeah, go on, CC. Go on. Me I take Cranky. 2 calls, 2 minutes each. Me now still, make you go.
Yeah, Cranky. The situation is this, right?
Yeah.
Because I think this is why you're getting stick for the whole local thing. Separate and apart from people just like have this kind of division in our football.
Right.
But for example, a player like Shakoni Satchwell, and it's not even you all one Cranky. Nobody is like when people looking at it and saying, if you look at JPL players, nobody is out there saying, want to a Satchwell, want to a Stuart, and pulling up Satchwell stats to say in the Slovenian second division, he plays every game for his club. He starts 90% of the games, and he has contributed in terms of he has a couple of assists. So when you look at that Satchwell now and you look at Kaim Dixon, it's reasonable to say Shakoni Satchwell is ahead of Kaim Dixon at club level.
Right.
However, a man never say, oh, Dixon is playing for the Jamaica. So Dixon has played for the Jamaica national team. So you're judging the performance too. So I think that's one of the things. But you will come and talk about a Tyrese Hall then, for example. Tyrese Hall is an heritage player. So every other player that you're talking about, young upcoming player, none of them seem to be local to people. So they're like, oh, Cranky, what about? So there's no young.
So if I mention Stewart, that's not a local player. I'm just saying.
No, yes, he's a local player.
Okay.
But is it that you're saying?
But I don't follow the Slovenian league. So let me just say this. One of the things I do is I don't follow most other leagues, actually. I follow the championship a little bit, or the English leagues, because I do look at some of the players there. And that's what I follow basically for most of the things that I watch. I don't watch the Bundesliga. I only watch games in the French league when it races to Mason Greenwood. I only watch La Liga when it comes to Real Madrid and Barcelona. Otherwise, I don't watch it. Right? So I can't comment on what I don't know. I can only comment on what I do know and what I research.
And all right. For example, but that's the thing now, Cranky. I think when it comes down to Jamaica football, because we are scattered amongst the stars, scattered amongst the globe in terms of where the players are playing.
Right.
You probably will have to look at some of the players. They might not want to watch many leagues, but even like, for example, Ronaldo Webster, he's playing in the Conference League. Is he able to get in above Amari Bell or Greg Lee? That's the conversation, because he's playing in the Conference League for his club,
right?
And he has played a couple of games. I think he has assisted, if I'm not mistaken, but he has played a couple of games in the Conference League this season, and he's a consistent player for his club team. So I think in terms of the area, all right, put it like this: the areas that you identify that you think Jamaica needs fixing, then you can look at it and say, is there a player from in the diaspora that is doing well that should be considered? Also, is there a player that got transferred out of the JPL and is now playing in Europe that also should be considered? And then you look at both players and say, based on where both players is playing, given their game time, given their contribution, I believe this player is more suitable at this point in time over that player. But both players would be presented of areas that you think, because you can't do everything, but areas that you think is a problem, like a right back problem. Alvas Powell has his issues, but does Alvas Powell playing currently and his game time in the MLS warrants him a call up to assist with Davis Mbikisa in the right back position? Ian Frey got called, so that's where it is. But in the areas that we think there's issues surrounding it, what players do we believe are the best suitable? And are they players that have been transferred from the JPL, or players that are heritage players that we want to secure documents for? So I think that's around where the conversation develops. But in terms of to say you have something against local players, I don't think so, because as you say, you were at the church of Cephas. You were at the church of my
backslide.
Yeah, but I remember even Dixon when Dixon was coming through. So
and I questioned Dixon playing over Antonio one time, and I got slaughtered. I was like, Antonio not scoring, he's up there taking up space. Dixon should get a shot. And nobody complains about that, by the way. They only complain when you criticize local players. That's what
so that's why I'm saying to you that it is just something that is just optical in us. I genuinely believe there are people out there that don't want any locally developed players in the team. I genuinely believe that, because they think locally developed players doesn't have the football education comparing to European developed players that are heritage players. I genuinely believe that they have people like that, but they won't say it. I don't know why they won't say it, because if you believe that, they believe that it's that done.
But here's one thing people don't realize, that Mr. say this. What people don't realize is that the English leagues, and there are a number of them, right? You have League One, League Two, you have the you have the National League, whatever. The talent in England has been pushed down to the lower level for those who are born in England, even those who are outside England, because they bring in so many foreign players because they're so competitive. If you're an English player, the other day was a stat that says what? 25% of the players in the Premier League are English, right? the league has changed so much so that those leagues have gotten stronger because the people born in England or in the UK are now pushed out to make room for better players who are from overseas. So the competition in those leagues are probably good. So we shouldn't call them Bush League because those leagues have improved because of the competition coming from outside the country. And people don't seem to realize that over time, the shift has been made. Yes, in the old days, those leagues are just kick and run football. That has changed somewhat.
Yeah, as a rightful, and I'll put it like this though. For example, Boza is in the team, right? Boza not really getting much game time at his club.
Right.
But here the problem that I have with people, but that people are looking at. Yes, you have other strikers to come in. But my thing is that Boza is the one striker that I don't think you should drop. He's currently the leading goal scorer, and Boza is a player that can pop up and score. He scored important goals for us. Mexico, USA, Canada. So it's not like Boza scored against everybody. So he has scored
Boza is
against
what, 20 and 60? I think he's Jamaica's second top leading scorer ever.
Yeah. So I'm saying to you that when people come, them say, "Oh, Boza now get no game time." Isaac Aid, when he just came in, was played 45 minutes now. U21 game. Look at him now. But the thing about it is, I say to them, the forward line, we understand it is. If you could bring in a player that is like a Maverick Greenwood, you could bring in a player that is so prolific that he comes into Jamaica and score 1 goal every game or a goal every 2 games, then you can justify dropping Boza. But there's no player that we have brought in that have been able to score, even when I look at the goal scoring ratio vis-a-vis the games that they have played. Boza's goal ratio is still better than them. So there's no justification by saying drop Boza because he's not getting much game time at his club. Even though he's not getting much game time at his club, it's a player that if he comes to the national team and he's fit, then the possibility of him scoring is there, especially against I would back Boza to score against anyone, any team, whether it be Mexico, Canada, USA, any one of the CONCACAF teams. Yeah, I would back Boza to score against him, but the conversation, as you say, Cranky, cannot be over that. Tyrese Campbell, for example, too. Tyrese Campbell, to me, is a must pick in the team based on his attributes as a modern winger.
Campbell is the first person getting dropped from that wing position. First person getting dropped.
Defensively, I think Tyrese Campbell.
Yeah, we agree with that, but I'm saying Campbell is going to be the first person.
Yeah, he's the first, as you rightfully say, he's the first person possibly on the drop list. But my thing is that I think what he brings to the table, all right, this is going to be so controversial. But for me, if I'm dropping a striker and keeping a striker, I'm dropping Bailey Kadamatri and keeping Roman Bourne.
Okay.
Because if you're using club farm, because Roman Bourne is on farm at club.
Yeah, he just scored again this weekend. Kadamatri scored 1 goal this season. Yeah.
Exactly. But Kadamatri scored for Jamaica. So what are you going to say?
He also missed 3 goals too.
Bourne scored for Jamaica as well.
But I'm saying Kadamatri missed 3 simple goals against Bermuda.
All right. So I'm saying to you, if people are fit and I'm looking at them, I'm saying if I'm going to drop a striker, because I'm looking at people coming back in. Roman Bourne is the striker that I keep, and Bailey Kadamatri is the striker that I drop because of the fact that going back to the club, Bourne is scoring. Bourne is linking up with his country teammate in Aiden. You see the chemistry already existing at club level. Why not translate it over to the country level? While Kadamatri just score 1 goal and we're living on his potential. But Jamaica needs immediate returns right now. We can't put down we can't put an investment, Cranky, and say it's a long-term thing. At 10, we are waiting for 265 days. We need an investment in the next 30 days. Right now.
That is true. So before you go, because I'm going to close the program down now, what are if you have 6 wingers to pick for, let's say Greenwood doesn't turn up. I don't think he's going to turn up. But anyway, you have 6 to pick from, which includes Campbell, Gray, Bailey, Whisper, Dixon, Cephas, or the 4 that you're picking. I asked that question of Unseen. He picked his. What are your 4?
All right. So for me, I think Demarai Gray, Leon Bailey, if they're healthy, I'm picking those 2.
So yeah,
I'm picking.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm picking Cephas, and I'm picking Campbell.
So you're leaving out Whisper and leaving out Dixon.
Yeah, man, I'm leaving out Whisper and Dixon. Here's why. Whisper not going to defend. So if you put a Whisper on the wing, you're basically playing with 10. because Whisper is not going to give you the
What about his
work rate.
offensive potential and what he brings?
His offensive potential, I think you can replicate his offensive potential from a Demarai Gray. Demarai Gray have enough offensive potential. Leon Bailey,
but Leon Bailey and Gray don't really play defense. Huh? I play defense.
No, I know, but that's why I'm saying I can't have so many wingers in the team, not defensively sound.
Yeah,
and
but the whole apart from Campbell, they all defensively unsound.
Exactly. That's what and Campbell and Dixon is the most defensively
Dixon
sound
too. Sorry,
one.
yeah, Dixon plays.
So
defense,
that's me.
Yeah.
That tells me that I would make an exception and carry 5 because I think Demarai Gray can play in a different position. So if I'm leaving out one, Whisper is the one that is getting left because
he's gonna get slaughtered. He's gonna get slaughtered.
Yeah, but the reason being, Cranky.
You have logic. You have logic to your reasoning.
Yeah, the defensive solidity. We have Cephas defensively all over the place. He's not tactical in terms of he's not a tactical player. Plus, he's defensively unreliable, costing us the goal against Curacao because his positioning is the one that cost us. When you should go back into a 4-4, I think when you're in a 4-2-3-1, you must drop back in a 4-4-2 to defend. When he should go back and maintain his position, he was out and about out there. So the man them create the overload in the central area, pass the ball to Margarita pass it to Comenencia, boom, goal. Cephas is not defensively sound, he's not even tactically sound.
But the person called a while ago disputed that first goal, saying that Cephas wasn't involved at all.
No, but because they don't understand the football. Because when you play a 4-2-3-1 Cranky and you're defending, you're supposed to be coming back into a 4-4-2 position, which means the winger comes in, the number 10 stay and start the press with the number 9, and the winger comes back in to form the bunker forward and the midfield. That you cannot get overcrowded in the middle of the park, which Jamaica was outnumbered. It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
So unless he doesn't understand football is a numbers game, then he doesn't realize that Cephas not being able to chop back and maintain that midfield forward allowed for Curacao to overload the midfield, create the mismatch, and executed a pass to the wing to Margarita. So
I think it's gonna be the toughest window for the coach ever. Whoever he picks is gonna divide opinion, and it's gonna be brutal.
Yeah.
If you have, can you imagine if Mason Greenwood decided to come? So then you have to drop. If Mason come in, think about it. Mason's automatic pick. So then you have 3 slots for four. You have 3 positions, and you have 6 people for 3 positions, right? So you drop Campbell, because Campbell will get dropped, right? Then you have 5 for 3 positions. Then you're gonna drop Bailey or Gray. You're gonna have Cephas, Whisper, Dixon, Bailey.
But you know
Gray.
the problem too, Cranky. Bailey or Gray has not played since. I've not played the final round as yet. It's almost
true,
like
but Gray has been playing a lot of football. He just has not been producing. He scored 1 goal, I think.
Right now,
really
I think most people will be leaning towards dropping Leon Bailey if they're carrying Whisper.
That will never happen. That will never happen. Let's stop wishing for the impossible.
But Cranky, if Jamaica had a good team, Whisper and Dixon wouldn't be in the conversation of being selected.
I don't see how Dixon's in the conversation. I understand his defensive work, and that's true.
But
I
even
understand
I'm
his
saying
being
to you
effort.
that Whisper too, who's playing U21 football, if we had this standard that we want,
no, I agree,
he wouldn't be in the conversation. That's why I'm saying to people that you can't look at a U21 player and starting him over a player that like a Bailey or a Gray. You can't pick Whisper over Bailey or Gray.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit illogical to do that, but
you must pick in Whisper over Cephas.
And that's not gonna happen.
But I'm saying it has to be Whisper over Cephas. And then you look at Dixon versus Tyrese Campbell, and that's where it is going to be. Because Leon Bailey and Demarai Gray fit. This is a no-brainer to bring them in, unless you don't want players playing at the highest level according, and that's how some people want it. So for me, it comes back down. The coach, I think I don't envy the coach come this window because he's going to have a pretty anyway in go Makajukim as a Greenwood I say.
I mean, I see Palmer may be out, right? Palmer may be out because he's supposedly injured.
And possibly Bobby Reid.
Well, let's say Bobby Reid is being rested or something. That's the new narrative about Bobby Reid. But if Palmer is out, I've been advocating for Tyrese Hall to come into the team, given his exploits in League 2 at Notts County, given the potential that he has, and given the possible future for him playing for Jamaica for the next 10, 15 years as a box-to-box midfielder with ooze of talent. I played it on my channel the other day, Jermaine Defoe's perspective on him, and believe that he's one of the top 3 youngsters in England, period. We're not talking about at Tottenham Obviously, German is a little bit biased because Defoe coached him at Tottenham. But I did watch the game that he played against Chelsea with all their youth players, and he was one of the dominant players in that game. He looked really good. And at Notts County now, he's getting game time. He's producing. So I do think people got to look at these things. And the kid has been wanting to come to the team for a while now. There's a big thing about that the Unity Cup, why he and Jermaine Johnson wasn't there. Subsequently, I heard he was upset. I haven't seen it, but about not being called up. Nobody has a right to be called up. Let me say this, people. I don't care where you come from. You don't have a right to be called up. When you call for national team, you hold your corner until you get called up. That's my philosophy.
Cranky.
Right? You go on like say, boy, you're bigger than the country, so therefore you have to get called up. You don't have to get called up. You don't have to get called up.
That's what happened. I don't think we need to say anything more based on a statement that we make. Nobody has a right to the national team. If you don't get called, you just one week at a time.
Because when you don't get called for England, you nobody run off them mouth and go on and say, boy, right? See me say? Even the Grealish of the world, if you hold them corner, then they not want the coach get upset. So then hold them corner and say, no. We don't want anybody to say, boy, I don't know why I don't get called. You don't get called because they don't call you. Now, I would agree the coach should call you if you're in the mix and basically says, here's why I don't call you. That's just good way of managing situation, right? The coach should call you and talk to you. And explain the situation. But you don't have a right to come in the public and run off your mouth, but I'm gonna get called on them and diss me. That's nonsense.
Man, them thing that and that's what I keep on saying to people. Like, your people are making it seem as if when you get called, you're a fixture. None of the players in the team are fixtures. What you
wouldn't say except for Ravel.
So is nobody is a fixture in the team. The problem is that you don't want to replace too many players because you have chemistry to deal with. It doesn't mean that no player is a fixture in a national team. So over a period of time, people transition out, people transition in. That's how it goes. But big up yourself, Cranky.
Yeah, man. Thanks for listening. All right, everyone. First of all, everyone, I really appreciate everyone coming out for the show this evening at such short notice. It was a reaction show, and I was going to do a video. I'm like, you know what? Let me talk to the people then, because the video thing sometimes don't work for me. Actually, video takes longer than doing live shows. Even though live shows are much longer. Video is 15 minutes. Live show. This one is what? I start 2 o'clock, almost 5 o'clock, and I was hoping to watch the game, and I didn't. And Peter, I can't take my car, Peter. I'm sorry. I apologize, but I forgot. I have to leave. So I thank everyone for being here. Peter, I apologize profusely, Peter, but I can't take my car. I'm tired. Thanks for being here. Before you leave, people, hit the like button. Peter, I apologize next time. Hit the like button. Please subscribe to both Cranky Live and Bansfield channel. I'm dropping some videos next week. One on America Fighting Back. One on AI as a doctor. So look out for those videos, people. Because we have some problem with doctor them. And I have my doctor consultant is AI. And I use no second doctor. Because I trust AI, I trust my doctor them. But anyway, thanks for being here, people. Have a wonderful afternoon. I do appreciate you. And peace out. Later. Cranky Life is the best to be now. For the best sports talk and it's free, yo. Cranky Life will be your guiding light by keeping you informed both day and night. Cranky Life, tell them. Cranky Life, heed them. Cranky Life, want them. Cranky Life. From the courts to the field, we'll never lose because Cranky has the hottest news. With expert analysis, we break it down. Our in-depth coverage is best in town. Cranky Life, tell them. Cranky Life, heed them. Cranky Life, want them. Cranky Life. Cranky Life, where the sports is spicy and where we keep the discussion lively. Cranky Life, get to know the name because Cranky analysis is never lame. Cranky Life, give me my Cranky Life. I want my Cranky Life. Must have my Cranky Life. Whether it's football or track and field, you know Cranky is at the wheel. So join the journey through victory and defeat and subscribe and don't miss a beat of Cranky Life. Tell them, Cranky Life. Heed them, Cranky Life. Want them, Cranky Life. If you're from England or USA, from Kingston or Bombay, from Kenya or Canada, Lagos or Havana, visit Cranky Live. Tune into Cranky Live. Like up Cranky Live. Subscribe to Cranky Live. Cranky Live Coming to you on weekdays, Cranky live sometimes on Sundays. Pull up a chair and take a seat because Cranky will always bring the heat. Cranky live, me say fi tell them Cranky live. Me say fi heed them Cranky live. On them, Cranky, Cranky, Cranky live. Cranky live will be around. Cranky live is the best in town. Me say fi heed them, me say fi want them. Me say fi heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Cranky, Cranky, Cranky live. Cranky, Cranky, Cranky live. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Cranky, Cranky, Cranky live. Cranky, Cranky, Cranky live. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them, heed them, want them. Cranky, Cranky, Cranky live. Cranky, Cranky, Cranky live. Cranky. Heed them, want them, heed them, want them, heed, want, heed, want, heed them.